Would throw here. Stands back near his own end zone. Fires it out, and Gorkuber's got it. He's up past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40. He could go all the way. Oh, my goodness. Played here by Eisel. Demetto Zempo, back row attack by Toole.
There it is.
There it is. Hadley Toole gets the 25th kill of the night. Zempo with a short serve, low pass, it falls to the floor. And the ace by for Alexandria sends it right on a line, a header and a goal. And here's a rollout. Now Thompson's going to fire right side. Mason Gorkuber's got it. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Alex. The face-off and work the punt back into the outer's end. Thorson trying to bring it out front. Now here's a shot and a score. Now another rebound, that gets blocked. Breakout pass, Thornburg up the right side. He's got room, takes the shot, save made. For a forward 1.5 somersault. Pike. He's up high on the... Well, it looked to be fairly solid there.
This move that bail as a release move is a difficult move that they want to see as one of the required skills to her Giants.
Yep, and now off and pretty a fall here for Ty Larson.
Right, he's worked this into a headlock.
Yep, pretty tight hold
there
here.
it
There you
is.
go. Oh, but Talon Witt on the weak side gets the rebound off the Grady Starzl miss. Now driving is Talon at 47-30. Under 11 minutes to go, and now a steal for Roderick to Hagstrom. Samson Hagstrom drives, and then three-point shots, and the Otters trail by just 3 at 14-11. Here's Alexandria's Ali Habala curling into the lane, sends it into the left corner where Toole is open and chills the front court. Here's Habala out top, now driving, feeding off to Helsher on the left wing. Bingo! 5A. It is a rather overcast evening for prep football here in Sartell. We've had rain off and on through the mid to late afternoon hours, but the rain is going to be moving out of the area, and we expect the field might be a little soft for tonight's game, but we will get our game underway at the top of the hour at 7 o'clock for Alexandria and Sartell right here on our Leighton Media platforms, including KXRA Radio. And you can also watch tonight's broadcast through the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. We extend our thank you to Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor of Alexandria Cardinals sports play-by-play in the 2025-26 school year. Juntner Motors is the presenting sponsor of our pregame show as we come to you this evening from Sartell's Riverview Intermediate School Stadium. JP Bolin is our videographer. Jackson is back at the KXRA studio working the radio controls. And joining me, Dave McClurg, is my broadcast partner, Tim Zuffer. Tim, I'm excited to get the North Star North portion of the schedule underway. Unlike years past where we've had 5 games in the district, it's only 4 this year, so very important, especially if you can secure some wins away from home. They're very valuable.
They are, and the way the schedule sets up, we get to play them all 4 in a row, I believe. And so, yeah, starting off with Sartell tonight, and so, it's everybody's first district game of the teams that are playing in the district, so important to get off to a good start, and a road victory is another feather in our cap.
And that's something that the Alexandria Cardinals have yet to secure here in 2025. Albeit this is only the second road game of the year, but they played Chanhassen right down to the very end. And I see in the statewide Class 5A football poll, Chanhassen is ranked number 1 in the state. So losing by 2 to a team that is 2-0 right now and ranked number 1, while it is a disappointment not to get the win down there, the Cardinals have played some very good competition. And I think Monticello is a team that's going to win some football games along the way. So I think the victory for the Cardinals in the home opener last week was well earned.
Yeah, it was. Yes, disappointing down at Chanhassen, but good in the fact that we know that we can compete with one of the best teams in the class, and I agree. I think Monticello, even though a rough start here, I think we're going to hear about them as the season progresses. They are a good football team.
Both Sartell and Alexandria sport 1-1 records. Both were victorious in their home openers last week. Sartell lost a game to Cambridge High Sandy by 7 to start the year. That was on the road. And then the Sabres came home last week and blanked their Central Lakes Conference member rival, St. Cloud Tech, although Tech is no longer in Class 5A for the postseason. This is the first year that St. Cloud Tech plays in Class 4A for the playoffs, whereas Sartell remains in Class 5A. But the Sabres got the win 22-0. Alexandria, meanwhile, 2 one-score outcomes, a 2-point loss at Chaney on August 28th, and then Alexandria followed that up with a 7-0 win against Monticello 1 week ago tonight. Our thanks to all of the boosters of Alexandria Cardinal Sports Programming, bringing you our broadcast tonight. Should be a fun matchup. Alexandria's had some recent success against Sartell, I believe winning the last few games in this annual series. The Cardinals hope to open up their North Star North District schedule on a good note tonight. We invite you to stick around for the play-by-play coverage on our platforms. Let's take our first break during our Jutner Motors pregame show. You'll hear my conversation with the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal football team, Mike Empting, after a brief timeout.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Alexandria Cardinal football team begins the North Star North District portion of the schedule. The first of 4 district games is slated for tonight at Riverview Intermediate School Stadium in Sartell. We look forward to bringing you the play-by-play on our Leighton Media platforms, meaning that you can watch it on our YouTube channel or you can stay tuned to People Radio KXRA for the broadcast. Our pre-match, pregame coaches' comments are being brought to you by Alamere Health, and joining me right now is the Alexandria Cardinals varsity football coach, Mike Empting. Mike, win number 1 on the season came 7 nights ago against the Monticello Magic for the Alexandria home opener. I just still just so pleased with what your team was able to do defensively. It's tough to shut out an opponent in any high school football game, but considering how many offensive snaps Monticello had in Alexandria's end of the field over the last 2.5 quarters on Friday night, maybe even more remarkable that your team was able to get a shutout.
Yeah, I thought our defense played really well, kept making plays all night long. We did give up a couple, but then we would come right back and do what we had to do to keep them out of the end zone. Yeah, I mean, our guys played great. We tackled solid. They had opportunities to certainly get the football in the end zone, and our guys, I know how many goal line stands it was. It felt like it was a goal line stand all night long in the second half for sure, but kids played great, absolutely.
I know that I think your team was able to stop Monticello on downs once inside the 5-yard line. I think recovered a football once inside the 5-yard line when Monticello fumbled it away. I think Connor Wang's clinching interception was down around the 15-yard line or something like that. So, again, it was almost like your team bent defensively but never allowed the Magic to get into the end zone.
Right, and, I think that first one, we gave up a long run that put them down there close, and then I don't know if it was that was the one where he forced the turnover, if we got the big stop by Mason Witt there on the pass there on the goal line, but yeah, we got that, and then we gave it back to him again. I think we went fumble or fumble turnover or turnover on downs or something in there, but. Yeah, it's just when the game gets intense like that, and they get down tight. I tell the kids all the time, you gotta take a chance, and whether it's take a chance on getting the football out in the air and making a break, or it's taking a chance on knifing in, shooting a gap. The ball, it felt like it was on the 1-yard line or closer about 4 or 5 times for us, and when the ball's that tight. Any movement by the offensive line, moving our defense backwards in any way, getting the ball carrier, even with the line of scrimmage, falling into the end zone, is going to result in a touchdown. So, it takes a lot, to get those stops when they're that close. And, like I said, we had a number of plays, Aiden Schneiderhan, knocking the ball out, recovering a fumble, Mason Witt with the big pass breakup on the goal line. Mason and Connor Anderson down on the south end. I think that might have been in the fourth quarter, getting a pass breakup down there. And then, of course, Connor Anderson with the game sealer, as they were driving in the final minutes there, too. But, yeah, you're right. It's hard to get a shutout, especially in high school football, because it just takes, one mistake, and a play can go the distance. And not to say that we played mistake-free, but we were able to make up for it.
The one scoring drive on the night was to start the second half, where your team really marched down the field and put it in the end zone. I think it was a 9-play series. I think 7 runs where Brody Berg got active behind the offensive line, and then I think Talon was able to find Thomas Hendricks for the touchdown pass there. But what was your message to the guys at intermission? Because it really seemed to start the second half, Alexandria really played with a lot of purpose and tempo on the offensive end.
Yeah, absolutely right. Actually, it was Coach Granning's message to the linemen mostly in the second half. It was a spirited halftime talk. But, warranted, and, the kids came out and responded. I mean, our offensive line really got behind their pads. Like you said, 7 runs on that drive, and we took the ball down. The unfortunate thing when the motivation comes from the coach, usually it's short-lived, as kind of was the case. But, even in that second half, though, I thought we did some things really well. We had those defensive goal line stands where we got stops, but then that means our offense got the ball down there on the 1-yard line or inside the 1. We turned it back over to them one time, but we got it out of there again. But again, turned it over eventually. So in the second half, we played much better offensively in terms I felt like we moved the football and we did some things, but we also turned the ball over a couple times, which killed some drives.
You had a situation last Friday, Mike, plays run from scrimmage. I try to keep track of that on my stat sheet, and Monticello's offense was out on the field. I think the Magic may have run 19 or 20 plays more than did Alexandria's offense. How much of a concern is it to have an imbalance like that reflecting your team?
Well, it's either one of two things or a combination, right? Or either we're having trouble getting off the field defensively and they're running a lot of plays, or we're having trouble maintaining possession offensively. So we have a lot of 3-and-outs or short drives, or a combination of both. And I think the first half was kind of a combination of both. We were giving up some plays. They were moving the football. We were having a hard time establishing, maintaining drives. In the second half, I thought we did a better job of getting off the field. Like I said, our offense did a pretty good job of putting some drives together, but we just eventually turned the ball over, which killed some drives. The biggest thing for me is, from a defensive standpoint, if we make the plays to get ourselves off the field and keep them out of the end zone, that's the big thing. We have to sustain drives, though. So those short drives, the 3-and-outs, those types of things, those are the things that we have to work on, and we have been working on this week, playing with a little bit better tempo, a little bit more urgency. I always feel like our offense has functioned much better when they've got some rhythm, and we've just had a hard time establishing that rhythm in and out of the huddle, from the line of scrimmage to the snap. All those pieces factor into our offense developing that rhythm, and you can just see us. And when we came out to start the second half, we had good rhythm. We were in and out of the huddle. We were from the huddle to the line to the snap. All in a pretty timely fashion. Our guys were behind their pads, like you said, very determined drive, and that's the type of urgency that we've got to have moving forward. That's where we function best. That's kind of the sweet spot for us offensively. So, as far as being outnumbered in plays, yeah, we have to have more tempo offensively, and that'll come around. It's hard to argue with the defensive effort that ends with the 0 on the scoreboard for the opponent. So, if we gave up some plays but kept them out of the end zone, then we did enough. Our guys made some plays for sure.
The dynamic of special teams, I think, Alexandria did have the edge in special teams the other night. Monticello missed a field goal right before the end of the first half, which could have created a lead for the visitors. And then, of course, Ethan Carlson was available for you last Friday night. How would you talk about the special teams comparison there, not with just kicking or punting, but, return game possibilities?
Right. I thought Talon Witt's punting the ball really well for us. Out of that, I haven't looked, but he's up there. I got to believe he's up there in the state in terms of punting, net yardage, that sort of thing. As far as our returns go, we've through 2 games now, we've got 2 guys back there who have had a hard time getting punts returned, which is tough because that's essentially our starting offensive field position. Our goal is, we want to average 10 yards per return, but we just haven't. I don't know that we've actually had a punt yet that we've in 2 games been able to catch and get a return on. So that's a thing. And I don't know tonight if, we're going to be able, watching Sartell's punting game, how that's going to factor in. But as far as our punting has been going, I thought Talon's been doing a great job of flipping the field for us. We need to do a better job in our return game, catching the ball and, getting some yards on that return. Kickoff, Ethan's, been doing a nice job for us on our kickoffs. He's only had a couple. Obviously, he just played in the 1 game last week, but did a solid job for us. Our kick return game, has been pretty good. I think we want to average 20 there, and we're right in that area right now. We're still waiting for a big one to hit, but that's always a goal too, is to hit 1 or 2 of those throughout the course of the season, bring them back. But if we can average 20 on a kick return, we feel like we're doing pretty good too.
Alexandria Cardinal football coach Mike Empting is along with us now for our Alamere Health Coaches Comments feature. As part of our pregame show, we've got play-by-play of Alexandria versus Sartell coming up in just a little while from Riverview Intermediate School Stadium in Sartell. The Sabres, like Alexandria, are at 1-1. Two different opponents for the Sabres compared to Alexandria's schedule so far. What information have you been able to find out about this year's Sartell team?
Sartell, struggled a little bit in the last couple of years, but they're establishing an offensive identity, which is a big step forward for them. You can definitely see they're trying to work a little bit of an option game. They look kind of a lot like Bemidji's offense does. Their quarterback is a good runner, so he is another threat, in that offensive backfield. So. Again, option forces defenses to play discipline, to be on responsibilities, and that sort of thing. And they looked pretty decent, doing what they do. That option offense is, it rolled for them a little bit in the second game. Looked a little, like some guys trying to get used to it in game one, but it looked a lot better in game two against Tech, and that was the game that they won. Defensively. Again, they're, kind of, the same odd-looking front. By odd, I mean they have a player lined up over our center, and they're aggressive, athletic type players. They're going to get after us, but, we pose challenges to defenses. And, that's just something that they're going to have to work through. I think we have some matchup problems out there for them. We've got guys that are coming back. Brady Gunberg, first game back was last week, so he was kind of getting his feet wet again, and we look for him to be a bigger contributing factor to what we're doing offensively this week. And we did a better job in our run game last week against Monticello with Brody rushing for over 100 yards. So we want to continue that. And we just want to be dual threat against those guys. We want to be able to run and throw the ball equally and distribute that ball. And, whatever they decide to do defensively, we want to make them wrong.
Regarding the keys to success tonight, what ultimately will happen for the Alexandria Cardinals if you hope to start the district schedule with a win?
Yeah, like I said, we turned the ball over too much last week, and we got away with it. So we have to value those possessions. We have to take care of the football. Defensively, it's going to come down to discipline on our option responsibilities and slowing that offense down. So taking care of the football on the offensive side and sustaining drives. If we can, establish that rhythm, that tempo that I talked about earlier, I think we're going to be pretty solid offensively. And then just being defensive assignment sound to slow down their offense, I think we're going to be in a good spot.
Some comments there from the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal football team, Mike Empting. Our thanks to Alamere Health for presenting our coach's comments feature as part of our pregame show. The ninth grade game was played on the field here at Riverview Intermediate School Stadium before the broadcast, and Alexandria prevailed in that matchup. I believe we're going to have the presentation of our national anthem momentarily. So before we take the break, which will wrap up our pregame show, I want to let you know that our national anthem is being presented by the folks at Carlson Music Center in Alexandria. For all of your musical needs, visit online at carlsonmusiccenter.com. Now, the national anthem. The Sartell High School Pep Band performing the national anthem prior to tonight's varsity football matchup at Riverview Intermediate School Stadium. Our thanks again to Carlson Music Center in Alexandria for providing the national anthem during our Leighton Media Sports play-by-play broadcast. Thanks to Jutner Motors for sponsoring our pregame show. We're going to take a break. We'll hear some messages from our boosters of our Cardinals sports broadcast tonight, and then we're back with the play-by-play of Alexandria Cardinal football next.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Buildings.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
From Sartell, Minnesota, Alexandria Cardinal football is on the air. As you enjoy the coverage tonight on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube, you can watch the live action unfolding with the KXRA play-by-play. And, of course, you can also listen via People Radio. KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, and also available through the Voice of Alexandria app, powered by Mission Mechanical Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Keys to tonight's game are being presented to you by Alexandria Motors, where it's one low price, plain and simple, always. Let's drive. Alexandria Motor, keys to tonight's game. For the Alexandria Cardinals, as Mike Empting mentioned, limit the number of turnovers. 0 would be the perfect number for the Cardinals to have in that category. And then also try to establish that equal number of runs and passes, and hopefully yardage running and passing the football will be very similar throughout the night. For Sartell, under veteran head coach Scott Henches, the Sabres defensively want to limit the number of explosive plays. They feel that Alexandria is still a team that is capable of getting explosive plays. Those would be those chunk plays of 20 yards or more. And then try to force the turnovers. If Sartell can be on the plus side in the turnover battle, then maybe this will be a highly competitive game. Again, our thanks to Alexandria Motors for presenting the keys to the game. The introduction of the starting lineups are brought to you by Alamere Health. Alexandria won the coin toss, deferred the choice to the second half, so the Cardinals will be kicking off. As you watch on our YouTube channel, Alexandria is wearing the white jersey tops, black pants. Sartell with the dark jersey tops and the dark pants as well. The kick is going to be retrieved by Jonah Ambrosier at his own 15-yard line, and pretty good coverage downfield. Sartell will start just outside its own 20-yard line. Let's introduce the Sartell Sabres offense. The center is senior Zayden Farley. Ben Kalhoff and Dom Lighthall are the two guards. Isaiah Mabry and Peter Doe are the two tackles. Braden Lantis is a wide receiver. Three running backs with Jackson Nutt, Anders Larson, and Jonah Ambrosier. And then the quarterback is Alex Bird. He is a senior. Sartell tries to establish the run game with a handoff, and the ball carrier for the Sabres, I believe, is Larson, and he'll actually be stopped for a short gain. Actually, pickup of about 2.
Yeah, our defensive linemen, Jack Morissette, Evan Zabel, Adrian Miles might have also been in on that tackle.
Defensively, the Alexandria Cardinals will show a 4-player front. Jack Morissette and Blake Scholl on the ends, Adrian Miles and Evan Zabel on the inside of that D-line. As we see a second down and 8 yards to go, I formation for Sartell. The handoff is to Larson here. Tried the left side, and he got stopped, I believe, shy of the line to gain. So he may have actually lost a yard on the play.
Yeah, we'll give credit to Adrian Miles and Blake Scholl on that tackle.
Your linebacking core for Alexandria includes Brett Meyer, Aiden Schneiderhan, Connor Wang, and Connor Anderson. And in the secondary, the free safety is Rhett Granning, Carson Getch, and Mason Witt are the two cornerbacks. Again, our thanks to Alamere Health for introducing the starting lineups. Alamere Health, it's better here. Third down and about 8 for Sartell outside its own 26-yard line. And it's going to be an inside handoff, and very little gain there for Jonah Ambrosier. So looks like Sartell's going to go 3 and out on the opening series here.
Yeah, Jack Morissette stuffing that play right after the ball carrier got the ball in his hands, and they're going to have to punt into what was a pretty good wind. It's tapering off a little bit.
Yep, the line of scrimmage will be the 26-yard line, and the punter is Jackson Knott. And the ball is kicked into the wind, and a fair catch will be made by Mason Witt. He'll take it at his own 49-yard line, so that's going to be a punt of 25 yards. And that allows Alexandria to have good field position to start the first series of the game, just shy of midfield. The Alexandria offense has senior Brendan Behrens as the center. Spencer Kleindl and Jensen Martinson are the two guards. Evan Zabel and Jack Morissette are the two tackles. Brody Berg, the running back. Talon Witt, the quarterback for Alexandria. And then you do have the multiple receivers. Grady Starzl, Brady Gunberg, Mason Witt, Thomas Hendricks will all be on the field at various times. Here's Talon Witt firing one out into the right flat to his cousin Mason Witt, who works his way around right end, and he'll navigate into Sartell territory. It'll be a pickup close to the first down line to gain. I believe they'll indicate that Witt stepped out, Mason Witt, after a pickup of 9.
I think he started in the backfield on that one, because now Brody Berg enters the game in the backfield.
So second down and a yard to go. And now you've got the 4 receiver set with Berg as the running back here for the Alexandria Cardinals. Talon Witt gets a good snap. He's going to roll to his left, looking to throw. Has time, shoots it. Mason Witt makes the catch, turns upfield inside the 35-yard line, and that's going to be enough for an Alexandria first down.
Brody Berg with a real nice block, picking up either a linebacker or defensive end on the right side of Sartell's defense there.
And another 9-yard pickup, and Alexandria is now in Sartell territory. First down and 10 at the Sabres' 33-yard line. Just underway at Riverview Intermediate School Stadium in Sartell. Now the wide side of the field is the right side with Talon Witt awaiting the snap. Here's another pitch, and Mason Witt makes the catch again. This is going to be another pickup of about 8 to 9 yards. This one going over the middle, however. So we've seen Talon go to Mason, out to the right, Talon to Mason on the left, and now Talon to Mason over the middle.
Yeah, and he's lined up in 3 different spots. That time he was a slot receiver on the right side and just a quick little slant.
So it's now positioned at the 25-yard line, 2nd down and 2 for Alexandria. As you watch on our YouTube channel tonight, the Cardinals in the first quarter are moving with the wind at their back, right to left. Here is Talon Witt again, a pass to the right side. Thomas Hinrichs will make the catch. He'll get past the first down sticks, and the Cardinals have a second first down on this series. Now at the edge of the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling.
Yeah, that time we had an empty backfield, and we had 5 wide receivers.
So 1st down and 10, the Cardinals with the ball at the Sabres 19-yard line. We're now 3 minutes into the opening period here at Riverview Intermediate School Stadium in Sartell. Now trips to the left side, which is the wide side of the field. And here's the handoff as Brody Berg gets the carry for the first time, and he'll work over right guard and pick up about 2 yards.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals are going to want to get that running game going, especially if Sartell doesn't load up the box defensively.
Actually, Berg stopped for the pickup of only 1, so it'll be 2nd down and 9. Now 2 receivers each way for Alexandria as Talon Witt is in the shotgun. Now he's going to roll to his left, look downfield. He's going to fire toward the end zone. It'll be overthrown. Grady Starzl was the intended receiver at the back of the end zone, and on the defensive coverage for the Sartell Sabres was Braden Lantis.
Yeah, he had a step on his defender, but basically ran out of real estate there.
So now 3rd down and 9 yards to go. This is Alexandria's first 3rd down play of the night. 8:21 to go in a scoreless first period here in Sartell. Trips to the left side here for the Alexandria Cardinals. Talon Witt has Brody Berg shifting now off to Talon's right. Good snap from Behrens. Here's a pass right side, caught near the sticks. I think Thomas Hinrichs may have been the receiver there. I think he may have been stopped short of the first down.
Nope, they gave him the first down.
Oh, it is. So good work there by Thomas Hinrichs, knowing that the team needed 9, and they got exactly that. A 3rd down conversion through the air for Alexandria.
Yeah, he had single coverage there. He was the lone receiver on the right side. He just ran to the sticks, and Talon threw it up to him.
So 1st and goal to go now for the Alexandria Cardinals at the Sabres 9-yard line. No score, but Alexandria threatening. Here's Berg up the middle, bolting toward the goal line. He's in. It's an Alexandria touchdown. Just a burst up the middle for Brody Berg. Quality Real Estate bringing you our instant replay as Brody Berg got behind some good blocking from the right side of the offensive line, and he scores from 9 yards out, and the visiting Alexandria Cardinals have the first points of the game.
Yeah, he did a nice job keeping his feet moving there. Couple arm tackles there, and that's going to be difficult for teams to bring him down with just an arm tackle.
Now Ethan Carlson in to try the extra point. Blake Scholl to snap. Thomas Hinrichs will hold, and the place kick is up and good. 7:45 remains in the opening quarter, and we've got points in Sartell. 30-second break here along our Leighton Media platforms on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's Alexandria 7, Sartell no score.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
After the Alexandria Cardinal defense forces a 3-and-out from Sartell's offense, Alexandria goes 51 yards in 8 plays. Brody Berg scoring from 9 yards out. The extra point added by Ethan Carlson, and the Cardinals have a 7-point lead and will be kicking off to the Sartell Sabres for a second time. Jonah Ambrosier and Anders Larson are the 2 deep backs for Sartell. They both stand around their own 10-yard line. Ethan Carlson approaches the ball. It's a line drive kick, and this one's going to bounce into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback, and Sartell will start at its own 20-yard line. So the Sabres now with their second series of the night. The Sartell football team was quite conservative on the first series of the game. 3 running plays which netted basically 3 yards.
Yeah, we've given them 20, starting at the 20 this drive, 23 last drive, and so definitely field position in favor of the Cardinals so far.
So 1st and 10 for Sartell, going left to right, and the Sabres will dedicate themselves to the run as Jonah Ambrosier gets the carry here. Works his way forward for a pickup of close to 3.
Aiden Schneiderhan with a good hard tackle that time.
2nd down and 7 now for Sartell. Again, if you are watching on the YouTube channel, we appreciate that. Sartell, the team dressed in the dark jersey tops, dark pants. I would say dark blue or possibly black uniforms, white numerals, and lettering. Here's the quarterback, Alex Bird, trying to roll out, but he got wrapped up, and he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Brody Hennessy with that tackle.
So that will mean a loss of about 2 yards there, bringing up a 3rd down and 9 for the Sartell Sabres.
So Hennessy comes in and gives a little bit of a break to one of the other linemen. Looks like Evan Zabel's not in there right now. Neither, I can't tell if Jack Morissette's. I think Jack Morissette's out, and we also have
I think
Aiden Button in the game.
Right. So 3rd down, now 9 yards to go. Again, the Sabres need to get to their own 30 to move the chains. Here's Bird rolling out to his right. He's pressured. Puts the ball up for grabs. It's going to be caught, but I believe it's out of bounds. The reception will not count for the intended receiver. And that was for the Sartell Sabres. Peyton Allen, one of the captains for Sartell, but he was out of bounds, so it goes as an incomplete pass. And another 3-and-out for the Sartell football team.
Yeah, credit Carson Gesh and Connor Anderson for forcing him out of bounds after he caught it.
Jackson knocked in to punt the football away, and it's blocked. And Alexandria will get the football deep in Sartell territory. The punter fell on the ball, but that's going to be a change of possession. Quality Real Estate bringing you the instant replay for our YouTube audience. And Alexandria had a big surge, and a special teams play results in a block punt. The Cardinals will start 1st and goal on the Sabres 6-yard line.
It was either Brett Meyer or Miles Gray that blocked that, I think.
Excellent work by Alexandria up front to get the punt block, and now the Cardinals are 6 yards away from increasing this to a 2-score lead. Again, both of the decisions for Alexandria so far this year have been 1-score games. 2-point loss at Chanhassen, a victory by 7 over Monticello last week. Talon Witt awaiting the snap from Brendan Behrens, and here's a handoff. Berg left side, up to the goal line, and he's across the goal line. It's an Alexandria touchdown.
Another real nice hard run by Brody Berg.
Yep, so the last 2 touches for Brody Berg have been scoring plays for the Alexandria Cardinals, and it doesn't take long for Alexandria to increase the lead as the Cardinals now are up by a baker's dozen with 6:10 to go in the first period. And now Ethan Carlson is in to try the extra point. Thomas Hendricks is the holder. Ball placed down, the kick is up, and this one is good. So Ethan Carlson has started 2 for 2 on the PATs. Another 30-second break as we'll hear a message from our boosters of our Cardinal sports programming. But before we get to the break, we'll update the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard numbers Alexandria now leads at Sartell 14-0.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
After the Alexandria Cardinal defense blocks the Sartell Sabres punt, it takes Alexandria just one play to put points on the board. Brody Berg with his second score of the night. It's a 6-yard touchdown run. And then the line drive kick by Ethan Carlson is going to bounce into the end zone. And again, Sartell will start at the 20. Tim, that's actually a pretty good strategy by Ethan here. Not getting a lot of error on the kick, but with the wind still a bit of a prominent factor here, why not just send it on a line and, touchback is as good as anything.
Yeah, I think, the Cardinals being able to kick off with the wind has put Sartell in tough field position all night so far.
Yep, the Sabres have started 3 series inside their own 25, and here's a quick opener on the right side. Jonah Ambrosier will get the carry, and that is his biggest gain. In fact, Sartell's biggest gain from scrimmage so far in this opening quarter. It'll be a pickup of about 8.
Yeah, he's able to break through one tackle, and then Aiden Button bringing him down.
The Sabres have run 7 plays from scrimmage and have yet to get a first down. We're now midway through the first quarter. Alexandria in front in this North Star North District matchup in varsity football, 14-0. Now we've got Larson in motion to the left, but it's going to be a handoff and straight up the middle. The Sartell running back is going to get enough for a first down, and I think that was Ambrosier once again on the carry.
Button and Schneiderhan part of the tackling core there.
4-yard gain for Jonah Ambrosier, and 4 fresh downs now for Sartell. The Sabres advancing into the wind here in this first period of play. We had showers in the area as we arrived at the stadium, but I think the rain, for the most part, has let up, and the forecast is indicating gradual clearing as we get into the post-sunset hours. Now Ambrosier breaks one tackle and then gets stood up, and it will be a gain of about 5. Tim, it looked like Adrian Miles might have been the first one with a shot at the tackle there.
Yeah, I think even Aiden Schneiderhan had a little bit of a shot, but ultimately it was Rhett Granning that stopped his forward progress.
2nd down and 6 yards to go for the Sartell Sabres. The Sabres with their 3rd offensive series of the night. Alexandria's offense has had 2 series and 2 scores. Cardinals up by 14 on the road.
Yeah, real tight formation for the Sabres.
Almost a double wing, and here's a pitch to Larson to the outside. Anders Larson tried to turn the corner, and he'll be escorted out of bounds, but he didn't get the first down, but he'll be very close.
I believe it was Aiden Schneiderhan that forced him out of bounds. Cardinals with a 3rd down play, bringing in starting tackles Morissette and Zabel.
Yep, and they do get the start, but they will be rotated out as you do see players that do come in, such as Brody Hennessy and even Spencer Kleindl and Aiden Button for Alexandria. So,
yeah, Sartell's run the last few plays running left. They got Evan Zabel over there now. See if they do it again.
Yeah, let's see if they. It looks like the quarterback Bird is going to hand off, and a little burst up the middle, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Ambrosier will tote the rock again for Sartell, and that will be a pickup of 3 when the Sabres needed 2.
Yep, Jack Morissette with the tackle.
So the Sabres have strung together back-to-back first downs. Again, all of this has been on the ground for the Sartell Sabres.
Yeah, they've been yet to throw a pass.
Line of scrimmage is the 43-yard line. Again, if you're watching on our YouTube channel, Sartell's wearing the dark jerseys with the white helmets and the Sartell S logo on the side of the helmet. Ambrosier got wrapped up near the line of scrimmage, tried to twist, and just could not elude the grasp of the Alexandria defense. It's no gain.
Yeah, Evan Zabel and Connor Wang assisting.
2nd down and 10 yards to go. This has been a drive that has now consumed about 3 minutes of clock for Sartell, starting at the Sabres 20, and now Sartell gradually moving out toward midfield. Alexandria 14, Sartell no score in varsity football. Now Alex Bird under center, and I think he's going to tuck it in. Now he's going to pitch. Larson got the carry, but Alexandria's pursuit was pretty solid, but Larson may have slipped through. I thought he might have been stopped for a gain of about a yard, and I think he negotiated for maybe 2 or 3 yards more than that.
Yeah, he fell forward. I'm not sure where his knee went down. I think Blake Scholl was the one to trip him up.
I think it'll be a pickup of 4 yards here, so 3rd down and 6 now for Sartell.
Maybe 4 down territory for them.
Alex Bird has attempted just 1 pass so far tonight. It was a pass over to the right sideline that was caught out of bounds, so technically an incomplete pass. Pretty tight formation with the 2 wingbacks and the fullback. Now here is Bird looking to throw. Backs up. He's going to throw it over the middle, and it's tipped and nearly intercepted. I think Connor Wang may have gotten a hand on the ball there, trying to tip it to himself for an interception, but the ball falls to the turf, incomplete.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch who was pressuring the quarterback that time, but a nice play on the ball by Connor Wang, dropping into coverage.
So Sartell will likely give up the football here. It's 4th down and 6. The Sabres with the ball at their own 48-yard line. Punter Jackson Knott will try to get a second successful punt. His last attempt got blocked. Now a snap a little bit high, and this kick is away. Into the air, Mason Witt will have a chance for a return from the 23 up the left side to the 30, and he'll be dragged down at about the 35-yard line. That will be a punt of 29 yards into the wind for Jackson Knott, and then the return for Mason Witt will be 12 yards. So, Tim, I know that Coach Mike Empting mentioned during the Juntner Motors pregame show earlier about wanting to get some yardage on punt returns and kickoff returns, and he'd like to see 10 or greater on the punt returns, and Mason Witt checked that box right there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, nice. And into the wind, the punt hung up there, but, I think Sartell, after the last block punt, kept the guys in a little bit longer to block.
Right. So now Alexandria starts at its own 35-yard line. Again, the Cardinals moving right to left as you watch our YouTube coverage, and here's the swing pass out to the right side. Mason Witt getting to the edge, and it'll be close to a 1st down.
I think that was the same play they ran to start the ball game.
And we do have a penalty flag, so this may not count. It could be an offensive holding call, and that is going to be the case. So that will be 10 yards from where the spot of the hold took place, and I believe the hold was out near the 38-yard line. So, or maybe that's, they're going to spot it back at the 28. So first penalty of the night is on Alexandria.
Yeah, bring up 1st and about 17 now.
Yep, so technically a 3-yard completion on that last play, but then 10 yards walked off due to holding. Now we've got trips to the left side here on 1st and 17, and the quarterback is Talon Witt. He's going to carry the football, and he'll be dropped out near the 38-yard line. So Alexandria got the penalty yardage back and a couple more after that.
Yeah, that we had trips out to the left that time and only 2 defenders out there, so I think the coaching staff will take note of that.
So 2nd down and 7 coming up now for the Alexandria Cardinals. Alexandria 14, Sartell no score as we are late in the 1st quarter, just over a minute remaining in the period. Alexandria is going to bring some receivers to the left side. I believe it includes Grady Starzl. I think Brady Gunberg also on that left side for the Cardinals. and Mason Witt. Talon Witt scrambling, looking to throw downfield, fires over the middle. It's caught up near midfield, and that's going to be a reception for Miles Gray. And it's a first down for Alexandria.
Yeah, he was one of the trips, I think, or he actually, I think he was part of the trip set. They also had Mason Witt in the backfield and Thomas Hendricks kind of in a tight formation like a tight end, and he just kind of ran a crossing route to the middle, and nice throw by Talon.
So Alexandria was able to overcome that 10-yard holding penalty. It's now a first down on the Sabres side of the field. Here is Talon Witt. He's going to pitch it out. Now it's a pass. Mason Witt wide open as Thomas Hendricks. He's going to go for the touchdown. So it ends up being a lateral back to Talon Witt's cousin, Mason Witt. And the gadget play works for the Alexandria Cardinals. For those of you watching on our YouTube channel, Quality Real Estate brings you the instant replay as Alexandria gets imaginative on the halfback pass. Mason Witt lining up in the flat, if you will, and he fires downfield to Thomas Hendricks. 48-yard catch and run, and Alexandria now has a 20-0 lead. And we're going to have the PAT attempt here. And I believe the kick is up and good. I think we're going to make that pass from Mason Witt to Thomas Hendricks our Culver's play of the game. So our thanks to Culver's Restaurant in Alexandria for introducing the play of the game. It'll be the touchdown toss. Mason Witt not normally accustomed to throwing touchdown passes, but he gets one here, and it's going to be a reception for Thomas Hendricks.
Yeah, they've had him in the backfield on about 4 to 5 of our plays from scrimmage with 4 other wide receivers in formation. And as you said, that time he took the pitch, rolled out to his left, and he's a left-hander, and he threw the ball to right in stride to Thomas Hendricks.
Yeah, and Thomas Hendricks is an excellent target to throw the football to. He's got height, and he's a good young man to throw the ball to. And it's now a 21-0 lead for Alexandria. A 3-play, 65-yard series, 48 on the touchdown throw from Mason Witt to Thomas Hendricks. And now we've got a line drive kick. This will be fielded at the 8-yard line. Anders Larson trying to get out past the 20. He stays on his feet and eventually is going to be stopped near the 25-yard line.
We're going to credit Jackson Waltzing on that tackle and also Connor Wang.
So the Sabres will start actually at their own 22 for the 4th series of tonight's game. This likely will be the final play of the first quarter as we're down to 6 seconds remaining in the period. Alexandria off to a 21-0 lead at Riverview Intermediate School Stadium in Sartell. The quarterback is Alex Bird for the Sartell Sabres. He's under center here, and it's a handoff to the fullback, and pretty good work there by the running back for the Sabres. I think that was Jonah Ambrosier, and he will get the carry to close out the opening period. Sartell will have a 2nd and 5 when the second quarter gets underway. 1-minute break for our late media platforms. Through 1 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in North Star North District Football. Alexandria leads at Sartell 21-0.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
The blue ticket, 827-846.
At the start of the second quarter, the Alexandria Cardinals have a 21-0 lead. Sartell facing a 2nd down and 5 at the Sabres' 27-yard line. Here is the quarterback, Bird, getting to the outside left side. He'll be up close to a 1st down. Now he gets it with second effort. That'll be a gain of about 8 on the keeper for the Sabres quarterback, Alex Bird. Forward progress will be out to the 36-yard line.
Spencer Kleindl and Grady Starzl, 2 of the tacklers. Actually, I think Carson Gesh was in on it as well.
So Sartell now with 4 fresh downs, operating at the 36-yard line. Bird, the quarterback, with the inside handoff here, and tough yardage there, maybe a couple for Jonah Ambrosier of the Sabres.
Spencer Kleindl in there again.
So it's 2nd down and 8 yards to go. The Sabres now operating with the wind at their back here in the second period.
We'll give Connor Anderson an assist on that tackle as well.
Now, Cardinals have yielded 3 first downs, but so far no points. Now we've got a handoff. Ambrosier breaks into the second level, and he'll have a 1st down as he will work his way out to midfield. That's his biggest run of the night. It's going to be a pickup of 12, and Ambrosier is becoming a workhorse tonight. Already 10 carries in tonight's game, averaging a little more than 4 yards a pop.
Brett Meyer in on that tackle.
So now the Sabres will operate at midfield. Sartell has yet to have the ball completely in Alexandria territory. They'll try to change that on this next play. Here's a handoff, and there's Ambrosier busting some tackles, and again, he'll get some good yardage, this time trying the left side, and it's a pickup of close to 9.
Gesh and Spencer Kleindl in on the tackle.
So now Sartell's operating on the Cardinals side of the field. 21-0, Alexandria with the lead. We are early in the second quarter with nearly 2 minutes gone. It's Tim Zupfer and yours truly, D-Mac Dave McClurg with the play-by-play. JP Boline is our videographer for our live streaming tonight on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. Under center is the quarterback, Alex Bird, and he is going to tuck the ball in, keep it. Now he's into the second level, and it's going to be a 1st down. Eventually he gets stood up around the 27-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 15 yards for Alex Bird, the Sartell Sabres quarterback.
Yeah, Jack Morris ran him down, and then Mason Witt also in on the tackle.
So now the Sabres have strung together 3 first downs on this series, which has gone from the Sartell 22 inside the Alexandria 30. The line of scrimmage is now the Cardinal 27-yard line.
Yeah, they've been able to get a couple runs up the middle, and then one quarterback keeper for some nice gains this drive.
And here's Bird under center, and we've got a flag coming down. I think some of the Sartell personnel in the box here may have felt that Alexandria defensively lined up offside, and that may be the indicator here. Encroachment on the Alexandria Cardinals.
Yeah, I think the coaching staff, we happen to be in the box with the Sartell coaching staff, and they've been claiming we've been in the neutral zone lining up, so the Cardinals are going to have to make that adjustment.
5 yards for Sartell, so it'll be 1st down and 5 now at the Alexandria Cardinal 22-yard line. The Sabres are seeking their first points of the night, down by 3 scores here in the second quarter. Now Alex Bird's going to pitch back. Here's a cut to the outside, and tucking the ball in is Anders Larsson, and he'll navigate inside the 20 down to about the 15. That should be enough for a Sartell 1st down. And now, for the first time tonight, the Sabres are in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and recycling.
Grady Starzl in on that tackle.
The ball will be spotted at the Alexandria Cardinal 14-yard line. Again, as you watch on the YouTube channel, the Sabres are going right to left, wearing the dark jerseys, white numerals on the back of the Sartell uniform. Now here's Alex Bird, delayed the handoff. It's a bit of a counter here, and I think Larson is going to get the carry, and he'll spin forward for a pickup of about 5 yards.
Aiden Schneiderhan with the tackle.
So it'll be a 2nd down and 5 to go here for Sartell. Impressive looking series here for Scott Hench's football team. But so far no points, and we saw last week Alexandria defended a lot of plays on the Cardinal side of the field, but did not allow Monticello to get into the end zone. Here's Bird handing off, and slipping through is Jonah Ambrosier. And I thought his knee might touch down at the 9, but he kept it airborne and navigated down to about the 5-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and less than 2 for the Sabres.
Yeah, Connor Anderson with the tackle.
So 3rd down and less than 2. This, considering the score and the circumstances here, likely 4-down territory for the Sabres. I think the Sartell crew would like to see a 1st down and a touchdown on this play here. Alex Bird, the quarterback, is going to have the inside handoff, but nowhere to go. The Sartell running back, Ambrosier, I think got stopped, and I don't even know if he got back to the line of scrimmage.
No, Evan Zabel blew that play up.
Yep, they will indicate no gain there, so decision time for Coach Henches. 4th down and 2 here for the Sartell Sabres.
Let's see if the Cardinal defense has that goal line magic again here.
Yeah, they did a great job last week stopping Monticello a couple of times inside the 5-yard line, one on a 4th down play. Now this is 4th and about 2.5 for Sartell. Alex Bird is under center here. And it's going to be a delayed handoff. Nope, Bird's going to keep it. Turns the ball in.
Oh, man,
yeah,
it's close.
I don't know if he got it. Jack Morissette's waving his right hand saying, we've got the football here. The Cardinal defense feels it got the turnover on downs, and that is the case. So Alexandria does get the 4th down stop. We're going to take a 30-second break. Nearly midway through the 2nd quarter, the numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's Alexandria 21, Sartell no score.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
The Alexandria Cardinal football team will start deep in its own end after the defense comes through and makes a 4th down stop to keep the Sabres off the board. And now the handoff to the Cardinals running back, Brody Berg, but he got stopped and may have gotten a yard, and that's about it. So it is 2nd down and 9 coming up here. Berg does have a couple of rushing touchdowns tonight, from 9 yards out and 6 yards out.
See if we might get some play action here, or the quarterback keeper on the zone read here.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Maybe a little RPO for Talon Witt. Got receivers both ways here on 2nd down and 9. Here is Talon Witt rolling out to the right. He's going to tuck the ball in. Gets past the line of scrimmage, out past the 9-yard line, maybe to the 10. Late penalty flag comes down, so this gain may not hold up.
I don't know if it's a holding or a late hit.
Yeah, we're going to wait and see what the infraction is for. I think the preliminary indication is an Alexandria penalty.
Yeah, holding.
Yep, and that's going to go on the Alexandria Cardinals. I think that's going to be half the distance to the goal from where the infraction occurred. So the ball's going to be placed back on the 5-yard line. So in essence, Talon Witt gained 4, but then 5 yards walked off because of the penalty and a repeat of 2nd down.
So we had a tight end in previously. Now it looks like we're going to go with our full complement of receivers.
Let's see.
Yeah, we got Mason Witt in the backfield again. So this is a formation that Cardinals haven't run the first 2 games.
Right, something they're showing new tonight. And now Talon Witt is back in the end zone. He'll look to throw. It's over the middle and nearly an acrobatic catch out near the first down sticks. I think it will fall incomplete. That was Miles Gray as the intended receiver there.
Yeah, it was just a little bit behind him, but I think he had to throw it there to keep it away from the defensive backs. He kind of a sidearm throw there.
Talon Witt has started 7 of 9 through the air for 58 yards. Mason Witt has been one of his favorite receivers so far tonight. 4 receptions for Mason Witt. He also, does Mason, have a touchdown pass. 3rd down and 10. Talon Witt rolls back into the end zone. Looking to throw. Pass left side, and it's going to be near the first down marker.
Yeah, he should have it.
Yep. The ball was caught.
Assuming that was Thomas Henricks.
Yeah, I think it was Thomas Henricks, and let's see if he got forward progress for the first down. He did. Oh, my goodness. Great read there by Thomas Henricks. And now, I thought I saw one of the officials say first down.
He got the 15-yard line. That's all he had to get.
Yep. So it is a first down on the 3rd down and 10. Again, Thomas Henricks, excellent job at recognition there.
I think there was some confusion because the down marker was at the 5 and the 15, but we once had the ball at like the 5.5, 6-yard line. So.
Yep, so 4 fresh downs here. I think the Sabres head coach Scott Hench is involved in a rather animated discussion right now, probably on the spot. And
I don't think we got an overly generous spot. I think he caught it beyond the sticks.
Yeah, and Sartell's defense was right there on Thomas Henricks, making the immediate tackle once the catch was made. But
so he had forward progress, but I think he caught it closer to the 16. They marked it at the 15. That's all he had to get for the first down.
Yeah, so 1st and 10 for Alexandria. The Cardinals with the ball at their own 15-yard line. 6th first down of the half for Alexandria, and all have come through the air. Alexandria's had 11 pass plays and 6 runs so far in tonight's game. Now, Talon Witt under heavy duress, and he gets the ball away. Sartell's coaches are thinking that they get some points here, but I think Talon Witt was going to be ruled down outside of the end zone.
They got him ruled down at the 1-yard line.
So that's going to be a sack of the quarterback, Talon Witt, all the way back to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, he had one guy wrapped around him, and then with another player with the ability to hit him, they blow the play dead with where he was at the 1-yard line.
So now 2nd down and very long. The Cardinals need 24 yards for the first down. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 wide left. Brody Berg in the backfield. Both he and Talon Witt stand in the end zone. Here's a handoff to Berg, and he's going to churn forward out past the 5-yard line. So that will move the ball away from the shadow of the goal line here, but it's still going to leave the Alexandria Cardinals with a 3rd down and long. As we go under 4 minutes remaining in the first half, Alexandria leads at Sartell 21-0.
Yeah, it looks like we got 3rd and 17.
So 7 yards gained on that last rush for Brody Berg. So Alexandria 2 for 2 on 3rd down so far tonight. Talon Witt looking to throw. He's going to air it out over the middle for Thomas Henricks, and a sliding catch attempt, but I don't think he's going to be able to hang on. The ball hit the turf, although Henricks was trying to make the rolling catch out around the 35. Fourth down coming up here for the Alexandria Cardinals.
Yeah, broken up by one of the Sartell safeties.
So Alexandria had the defense make the goal line stand. The Cardinals were able to get an initial first down and then got backed up. So now Talon Witt in a punt formation here.
Well, not yet. Now he is.
Yep, now he goes back. Yeah, he can stand in the shotgun, then move back to punt formation, and he'll punt it away. It's going to take a bounce inside Sartell territory and a nice roll down to the 39-yard line.
He totally flipped the field there.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a punt of 55 yards for Talon Witt. So good work on his part. And the Sabres will start, but they're going to begin on their own side of the field at the, I believe they're going to rule it at the 40-yard line.
Yep.
So the Sabres still with timeouts with which to use, both teams with their complement of timeouts. They'll officially spot the ball at the 40-yard line. Here is a handoff, and working over the right tackle is the Sartell Sabres running back. I think that was Ambrosier getting the carry there, and he'll pick up about 3.
Brett Meyer on the tackle, assisted by Evan Zabel.
Already 14 carries on the ground for the junior running back Jonah Ambrosier for Sartell. The Sabres continuing to huddle, showing not a lot of urgency right now, but again, timeouts with which to use. And now I think the Sabres are going to take that first of 3 timeouts. We will do the same. 2:33 to go until intermission. Your numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in North Star North District football. The Alexandria Cardinals have the lead over Sartell 21-0.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar,
there is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
The visiting Alexandria Cardinals got off to a quick start, a 21-point first period. Sartell now facing a 2nd and 7 on its own side of the field. The quarterback, Alex Bird, is going to roll out, and he will have nowhere to go as he'll be tackled for a loss.
Looks like Connor Wang made that play.
Yep, as it'll be a loss of about 7 or 8 yards there. It'll be 3rd down and long for Sartell. Yep. Bird will be stopped back at the 35-yard line, so loss of 8 yards there.
I think if the Cardinals stop them here, you'll probably see the Cardinals use a timeout.
Yep, Alexandria has all 3 of its timeouts here in the opening half. Sartell 3rd down and 15 at the 35-yard line. And Bird looking to throw. He does have some time. He'll air it out. It's up for grabs, and the catch is made. Oh, my, the receiver, Anders Larson, was double-teamed there, but he still hauls it in. For our YouTube audience, we're going to check out the replay, courtesy of Quality Real Estate. Bird had some time to throw, and then he fires to the left side, and that was an excellent catch for Anders Larson of Sartell. Pickup of 33 and a first down. And now a loose ball, and the Cardinals are going to get it back. That ball got put on the turf, and Alexandria was able to fall on it. Was that Connor Wang on the... Nope, not Wang.
Looks like Schneiderhan.
Yep, Aiden Schneiderhan, I think, got the fumble recovery there. So one play after the Sartell Sabres get a big strike offensively. The Sabres turn the ball over.
And I think it was Jack Morissette that caused the fumble with this tackle.
So the Cardinals will get it back at their own 26-yard line. 1:25 to go here in the first half. Alexandria 21, Sartell no score. Cardinals had a shutout win against Monticello last week. Here's Talon Witt working out of the shotgun. He's going to hand off, and there's Jackson Waltzing, I believe, getting his first carry of the night, and he'll surge forward for a pickup of about 6. And I think head coach Mike Empting will take that first time out, stopping the clock with 1:16 to go until intermission. So it'll be second down and less than 4. The Cardinals with the ball at their own 32-yard line. We invite you to stick around as we've got the Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report coming up between the second and third quarters of tonight's game. We'll have a stat recap. We'll also check out how Alexandria was able to build this lead up to 21 points. Might be greater by the time halftime rolls around, but we're happy with the 21-point first quarter outburst for Alexandria.
You might see a shot downfield here.
Yeah. Got basically a couple of downs. Cardinals have mixed it up. 21 plays from scrimmage tonight, 12 passing plays, 9 rushes. 2 of the 3 touchdowns have come by running the football, and then Mason Witt as a back threw a touchdown pass to Thomas Hinrichs. Second down and 4 for Alexandria. Now Talon Witt will look to throw. He rolls to his left. Now he's going to pitch it to the left side, and it's going to be incomplete, or is it caught? Mason Witt was the intended receiver out beyond the midfield, and I think he got the first down.
Mason cradled it before it hit the turf there.
Yep, so that's going to move the ball up to the Sartell Sabres 48-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 20 there. And now the Cardinals will run, and here's a big opening. Brody Berg inside the 30, down inside the 20.
I think that might be Waltzing.
Yes, you are correct, Tim. Jackson Waltzing with the quick opener there for Alexandria, and a chunk play there. Alexandria is going to quickly get to the line of scrimmage as we go under a minute remaining.
Now Brody Berg's in the backfield.
Yep, the Cardinals in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling. Here's a pass to the right flat. Mason Witt able to work his way down inside the 10-yard line, and then he gets stopped, and Alexandria is going to take a timeout here.
Yeah, the bubble screen that time to Mason Witt with 2 of his receivers out front with the blocks.
So stoppage of play here. It'll be a gain of 7 on that last pass completion.
Yeah, so 2nd and 3 inside the 10-yard line there. So we can get a first down at about the 3.
And the Cardinals in front at the moment, 21-0, but again threatening for more with series that is continuing in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Cardinals have scored all their points to this juncture in the opening period of play, so we've played about 11 and a half minutes of the second quarter without a point. The visitors would like to change that here. 2nd down and 3 at the Sartell Sabres 5-yard line.
You might see Talon Witt. Well, he's got Brody Berg in the backfield. He may go with the zone read, and he might keep it here.
Talon Witt working out of the shotgun for the Alexandria Cardinals, and he will roll to his left. Now pumps once, gets wide left side. He's going to run. Now he shuffle pitches it into the end zone, and it's going to be intercepted. Oh, my. The Sartell Sabres are going to get a recovery as that ball got picked off in the end zone. And Nathan Tangen, I believe, is going to get the interception for Sartell. So the Sabres turn Alexandria away down in the red zone. And the Cardinals suffer their first turnover of the night. And the Sartell Sabres will have the ball at their own 20-yard line. Alexandria did win the coin toss and deferred the choice to the start of the second half. So the Alexandria Cardinals will get the ball to begin the third quarter. Alex Bird is just going to sneak it, and he'll lunge forward and pick up about 8 yards there on what may be the final play of the first half.
Connor Wang with another tackle.
So, and I don't believe we're going to have any more stoppages of the clock, so we will go into intermission. So the score after one quarter ends up being the score at halftime. Alexandria 21, Sartell nothing on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. We're going to take a timeout. We'll enjoy these messages from our Alexandria Cardinal Sports Boosters. Then back to Sartell with the Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report after these words.
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CIRAC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Welcome to the mid-game report, presented to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. Live, love, local. Shop Eldon's Fresh Foods, located at 3rd and Nokomis in Alexandria. Open 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. The Alexandria Cardinals have the lead over Sartell in varsity football at intermission. It is 21-0. That was the score for the Cardinals after one quarter, and that was the score as we have it right now midway through our varsity football game. Let me remind you that you are listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio through the Voice of Alexandria app, powered by Mission Mechanical Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. We appreciate you joining us on our YouTube channel tonight. live streaming of this football game through the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. You can access that by going to our website, voiceofalexandria.com, to get the link to watch our Alexandria Cardinals sporting play-by-play on YouTube. Next week, we're going to be at home all week. We've got Alexandria boys soccer on Tuesday night, Alexandria girls swimming and diving from Discovery Middle School on Thursday night. Then, of course, the Cardinal football homecoming game 1 week from tonight. It's a rematch of Prep Bowl 42 with Alexandria hosting state-ranked Elk River. That's next Friday on the 19th of September with game time set for 7 o'clock. JP Boleen is our videographer. Jackson is our KXRA studio engineer. And along with Tim Zupfer, IMD-Mac, Dave McClurg. And Tim, we've seen Alexandria get a little creative in terms of showing some different formations that you and I haven't seen in the first couple of weeks of the regular season. And I think that may have caught the Sartell defense a little bit by surprise. And then, of course, Alexandria used, a halfback pass, if you will, to their benefit. So in a lot of ways, the Cardinals have been able to open some things up here.
Yeah, a couple of their, the very first possession, Mason Witt lined up in the backfield and got a little swing pass out of the backfield for a 9-yard game. And I think it was then on our third possession where they ran, I think, pretty much the same play, and he got the same, and then it was just a play or two after that. He's out of the backfield. He gets a pitch running to his left side, and Thomas Hendricks got behind the defense, and Mason able to connect with him with a throw. So, this is the first game that Mason's come out of the backfield, so that wouldn't be something that the Sabre coaching staff would have seen on film.
I know that one of the concerns for Sartell, knowing that Alexandria, even though Chase Thompson has graduated, the Sabres coaching staff knows that Alexandria is capable of producing big plays. And I think that was one of the Sabres' keys ahead of time. Limit the number of Alexandria big plays. Well, if you talk about a big play being 20 yards from scrimmage or more, Alexandria has had a total of 3 of those in the first half. One of those, that touchdown throw from Mason Witt to Thomas Hendricks. But what do you think about Alexandria's ability to execute on offense here in the first half?
Well, I think, that was probably a point of emphasis this week in practice, finishing off drives, hopeful to get some chunk plays, but they definitely wanted to be able to move the ball down the field and put some points on the board. And I'm sure the coaching staff was very pleased with the 21 points they put up in the first quarter. Probably a little disappointed they didn't finish off that last drive.
Yeah, that's right. Alexandria took over the football after recovering a Sartell fumble back on the Alexandria 26-yard line, and the Cardinals actually had one of their 3 chunk plays in the first half. They actually had two chunk plays on that series. 20-yard pass completion from Talon Witt to his cousin Mason Witt, and then Jackson Waltzing had a 36-yard burst, and that put Alexandria in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. But unfortunately, the Cardinals then suffered their only turnover of the first half when Talon Witt's last pass was intercepted in the end zone by Sartell's Nathan Tangen, a defensive back for the Sabres, and that prevented Alexandria from going up 4 scores at halftime.
Yeah, Talon's trying to make a play on that in that situation, but on second down, kind of that shovel pass as he's being tackled in traffic. He probably prefer to have that one back, because we still had time on the clock, still had time to run a third down play, and even had a timeout in our pocket as well.
So it is 21-0 for the Alexandria Cardinals at intermission. We'll do the scoring recap first, and then we'll go inside the numbers. All of the points in tonight's game in the opening quarter. Alexandria got the defense on the field first. The Cardinals forced Sartell's offense into a 3-and-out. Alexandria then took over after a 25-yard punt near midfield. An 8-play, 51-yard drive ensued. Brody Berg scored from 9 yards out. The extra point kick was good, and about 4.5 minutes or so into the game, Alexandria was up 7-0. The Cardinals then forced turnover, if you will, a punt that got blocked, and Alexandria was actually in a golden position to try to add to the lead. The block punt put the Cardinals in possession of the ball at Sartell's 6-yard line. Brody Berg then carried it in on the next play, that 6-yard touchdown run. And then Ethan Carlson added his second extra point. With 6:10 to go in the first period, Alexandria was up 14-0. Sartell then punted the ball away, and then a quick series for Alexandria, and that led to that play where Talon Witt had an option, and he pitched it to Mason Witt. Mason showed off his throwing arm, firing a ball up the left side, and Thomas Henricks was able to catch it in stride inside the 30-yard line. He would take it the distance. The play would cover 48 yards, and after Ethan Carlson's extra point, it was a 21-0 lead for Alexandria. That occurred with just 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. Both teams showed the ability to move the ball in the second period. Sartell turned the ball over on the Alexandria side of the field with a lost fumble. Alexandria then marched down the field, but then turned the ball over in the red zone, preventing the Cardinals from building on this 21-point lead. Still, things looking good for Alexandria. The Cardinals defense not only blocked that punt in the first quarter, but then forced Sartell to turn the ball over on downs at the Alexandria 5-yard line in the second period of play. The Sabres actually had a sustained scoring drive that went 73 yards in a total of 11 plays. 4 first downs on the series, but again, late downs, Alexandria was able to keep Sartell out of the end zone as quarterback Alex Bird on a 4th down and 3 got stopped for only a 2.5-yard gain, and Alexandria was able to take over to keep the shutout intact. Let's go through some of the numbers. I'll share some offensive numbers, and then Tim will be sharing some time of possession numbers and defensive stats as well. Plays from scrimmage in the first half. Alexandria ran 25. Sartell ran 30. Total yardage unofficially in the first half. Alexandria with 209. Sartell with 141. First downs in the opening half. Alexandria had 8, 7 through the air. Sartell had 7 first downs, 6 on the ground. Turnovers in the first half. From scrimmage, 1 turnover for Sartell, plus a block punt by Sartell where Alexandria took over. Alexandria 1 turnover for scrimmage, or from scrimmage, I should say, and that was the last pass of the first half where Nathan Tangen intercepted the ball in the end zone. Penalties in the first half. Sartell did not commit any fouls. Alexandria had 3 penalties, which were accepted by the Sabres for a loss of 20 yards. Now going inside the individual numbers in the first half. The Cardinals had 10 rushing plays for 66 yards, 5 carries for Brody Berg for 24 yards and 2 touchdowns, 2 rushes for Jackson Waltzing. He's actually the leading ground yardage gainer in the first half for Alexandria. He had a long of 36, so 2 carries for him and 42 yards. And then Talon Witt, 3 rushes for no yards. That does include a sack for a loss of 14 in the first half of play. Through the air, Talon Witt completed 11 of 14 for 85 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns. Mason Witt attempted 1 pass. He completed that to Thomas Henricks, covering 48 yards, and that was the scoring play late in the first quarter. Henricks has caught 4 passes in the opening half, and he accounted for 73 receiving yards in the opening half of play. Miles Gray caught 1 pass. That was good for 14 yards. I think Mason Witt has the other receptions in the first half for Alexandria, as he caught a total of 6 passes in the first half of play. And he had 70 receiving yards in that first half for Alexandria. The Cardinals, again, 1 turnover, just 1 punt for Alexandria in the first half. Talon Witt's boot ended up going 55 yards. Third down efficiency and fourth down efficiency. Alexandria did not have an attempt on fourth down. The Cardinals were 2 for 3 on third down in the first half. The Sartell Sabres have been a ground-oriented team in the first half. Sartell's averaging about 4 yards per rush, 27 carries for 108 yards. Jonah Ambrosier, the leading ground gainer, 15 carries for 62 yards in the first half. His long was 12 yards, and he did lose the ball on a fumble once in the first half. Quarterback Alex Bird, 6 carries for 23 yards. And running back Anders Larson, 6 carries for 23 yards. Bird through the air went 1 for 3 for 33 yards. Anders Larson was the one recipient of that Sartell reception from quarterback Alex Bird, and the reception covered 33 yards. The Sabres punter, Jackson Knott, attempted 2 punts. He's averaging 27 yards a boot with a long of 29. I believe both of those punts went into the wind in the first period of play, and he did have 1 punt blocked. Third down efficiency and fourth down efficiency. Sartell was 2 of 6 on third down, 0 for 1 on fourth down. So those are some of the offensive numbers here in the first half. Tim, what do you have for defensive numbers and time of possession information?
Well, our tackle leader so far is Connor Wang with 7. A number of guys close with that. Jack Morissette with 5, and I believe he was the one that forced the fumble there. Evan Zabel, 4. Spencer Kleindl, 3. Aiden Schneiderhan, 4. 3 for Connor Anderson, and a couple each for Adrian Miles, Blake Scholl, Brett Meyer, Grady Starzel, Carson Gesh, Aiden Button, and Jackson Waltzing, and then 1 each for Rhett Granning and Brody Hennessy. Time of possession heavily in favor of the Sabres, actually. The Cardinals, their scoring drives were very, very short. They had one on a long touchdown throw. That drive was only a minute and a half. Another one after the blocked punt, they only had 6 yards to go, and they scored on the first play, so that only took 5 seconds. And the first touchdown drive only took a little over 2. So the Cardinals just under 8 minutes time of possession, and basically the Sabres doubled that up, almost 16 minutes time of possession.
So at the break, Alexandria has the lead over Sartell. It's 21-0 for the Cardinals, seeking to post a second consecutive win. One of these two teams is going to have a 2-game win streak going into week 4, and we've got the second half on the way. We extend our appreciation to Eldon's Fresh Foods for presenting our mid-game report. Eldon's, located at 3rd and Nokomis, Alexandria, open 7 days a week for your shopping convenience from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Now, on our latent media platforms, let's enjoy these words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports programming.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
We welcome you back to Riverview Intermediate School Stadium in Sartell. Still a few minutes away from the start of the second half. Not necessarily sure how close to the start of the second half we would happen to be, because one of the Sartell Sabres personnel in the box here noticed that a bank of lights on the northwest side of the stadium is out right now. So Tim's up for as we look over the field. The north end zone is only offering limited illumination right now.
Yeah, it's definitely not as visible down there. It might be tough to see a football if you're trying to throw a pass in that northwest corner of the end zone. So, yeah, we had a little bit of an extended halftime with a pink out cancer kind of celebration here and contest, and now they've added additional minutes to the clock, so it's running down at 9.5 minutes now, but if they're waiting on that bank of lights to get fixed, it could be longer.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we could very well be up to 10 minutes away from getting the second half rolling, and that's contingent on getting the proper amount of light here at the field. I recall it was a few years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago, when Alexandria's girls soccer team played a match against Sartell, and it was one of those at the end of the regular season, and they always tried at that time to have a soccer match for the boys soccer team in Sartell and the girls soccer team in Sartell to be played at the stadium field. And they played one half of soccer here, and they had an issue where a bank of lights went out and they couldn't get it back on, so the game got stopped. I think Alexandria was up at the break there, but the Cardinal girls soccer players got cheated out of 40 minutes of action that night.
Well, I don't know what conceivably you could still play here, but it's less than ideal on that north side of the field.
Right. The end zone on the north side has the white paint of the letters Sabres on that side, and then on the opposite end, the south end zone has the school name Sartell with the blue and the white outline and everything like that. But yeah, as Alexandria's players do start to come back on the field, I would guess that our game will be held up until they can get the lights on.
Starting to see a couple. Sometimes the old system of lights. Once something goes out and you flip the switch back on, they have to cool down. 10 minutes before they come back. But I see one of them. One of the lights of the bank of them has illuminated. So we might. I'm hopeful that's a good sign.
Yep. Should mean that we will get a second half of football on the way in just a little while. Again, we do extend our appreciation to our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports programming, helping to bring you tonight's live streaming coverage on our Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Thank you as well for listening on KXRA Radio as the Cardinal Sports Boosters bring you our radio broadcast coverage as well. I was making mention earlier that, and I didn't get my thought completed, sometimes my word efficiency is not all that great, but next week our late media broadcast will be entirely in the city of Alexandria. That's going to include Alexandria Cardinal boys soccer on Tuesday night, The undefeated Alexandria Cardinals will have a key Central Lakes Conference boys soccer match with St. Cloud Apollo. That will be Tuesday night at 7 o'clock at Alexandria Area High School Stadium. Thursday night, we'll have broadcast coverage of Alexandria girls swimming and diving. The Cardinals will host St. Cloud Tech in the Alexandria Area High School girls swimming homecoming duel. That will be a 6 o'clock meet at the Discovery Middle School pool. Then 1 week from tonight, a rematch of Prep Bowl 42 as the Elk River Elks and head coach Steve Hamilton will invade Alexandria, seeking to spoil the Cardinals' homecoming. Sometimes, Tim, when you have homecoming on the schedule, you might look for an opponent that you might consider one that you might be able to defeat in maybe convincing fashion. Elk River's not that team.
Well, yeah, they haven't been. They're never an easy team to play, and their success over the last 5-6 years has been nothing short of phenomenal. Actually, they really had things going. But sometimes you play the schedule you have, and you've got to pick the best week for homecoming, and that's the best fit.
As it turns out, Elk River is the defending Class 5A state football champions, but maybe you recall the last time Elk River visited Alexandria, it was the last game of the regular season, so it's a Wednesday night encounter. This was 2 years ago in the fall of 2023. Alexandria roared back. I think Elk River was up, I want to say, by as many as 17 points in that game, and led by quarterback Chase Thompson. The Cardinals came all the way back. I think ended up winning the game by 3 points. I don't know if 34-31 was the final score or somewhere along that lines, but that year, Elk River's football team was involved in a lot of one-score games that went against them. I know Sauk Rapids Rice won a game down in Elk River, I think, by 2 points. Elk River lost the game in Alexandria by 3 points that year. I think Elk River had about 4 or 5 games which were decided by a touchdown or less, and they came out on the short end of all of those games, and then they get into the playoffs. They win a postseason game and then win another game on the road, and then Andover handled them pretty thoroughly in the section final. So Elk River that year, by the Elk standards, was subpar, but I think they go 4-7 before bowing out of the postseason. But they had a nucleus of players that came back last year, and then Elk River I think goes 12-1 and ends up winning the Class 5A state title.
Yeah, they've had an offense with an explosive running game that's been able to put points on the board, and so a number of times the potential is there for if their opponent also has a pretty good offense, there's a potential for a number of for the scoreboard to light up a little bit. So the potential is there again come next Friday night for that to happen.
Yep, so the homecoming football game will be a week from tonight at Alexandria Area High School's Viking Bank Field. Tim and I will be on hand to describe. J.P. Boleen will have the live video coverage on the YouTube channel. And we'll start with the Chartner Motors pregame show next Friday evening at 6:30 and the play-by-play to follow at 7 o'clock. What an exciting week it's going to be next week. I know it's Alexandria Area High School homecoming, so you've got the special event early in the week with the coronation. I think most of the Cardinal sports teams are going to have some home competition coming up next week. You've got the homecoming parade on Friday afternoon. And yes, if you're along the parade route, Tim, myself, and J.P. Boleen will be a part of the Leighton Media float in the parade. They did not kick us out of the parade this year, so we've had good enough behavior in years gone by. So it's going to be fun to be a part of the parade, and obviously, Tim, to describe the football game. And really, it's going to be a marquee matchup. I would love to see this Alexandria team hang in with a very good Elk River team, but I think the Elks have full respect of what Mike Empting has done here in Alexandria.
Oh, absolutely. There's the utmost of respect between the two programs, and it's become quite a rivalry now that we've played during the regular season as well as the postseason.
Yeah, we've had the chance to play Elk River in the football playoffs, of course, last year at the end of the state football tournament in Class 5A. But I believe this year here in Alexandria and then next year down in Elk River, that will mark 5 and 6 years straight where we've had Elk River on the schedule. And, I guess that's, one of the spoils, if you will, of having a good record such as the Cardinals have had the last couple of years, advancing to the state football tournament both times. You get quality non-district opponents on your schedule.
You do, and even when I don't know how much debate goes into that, but I think our coaching staff has been of the philosophy, let's bring on those tough opponents during the regular season. It sharpens us for the postseason.
So that will be part of Homecoming 2025. And then on a personal note, my celebration gets to continue into the weekend. My graduating class, Robbinsdale Cooper High School class of 1985, we have our 40-year class reunion coming up a week from tomorrow. So it's going to be fun to reunite with various alums that, honestly, I haven't seen many of them since I was in high school back in the 80s. So that is all coming up next week, but fun to celebrate Alexandria Homecoming prior to that with a number of great activities going on throughout the course of the week. Nice to know that the Bank of Lights on the northwest side of Riverview Intermediate School Stadium is fully functioning, and we are about ready for the start of the second half. And the Alexandria Cardinals will get the football, leading by a score of 21-0. Strange as it seems, Tim, we got into halftime just before 8 o'clock, so this has almost been like a Super Bowl-length halftime segment. It's going to be about 28 minutes in between the last play of the first half and the kickoff for the second half.
Yeah, it's basically the team should have the belief that let's just pretend the score is 0-0 and start over here.
So now Hunter Jefferson, the senior, will put his foot on the ball to start the second half. Would the Sabres try an onside kick here?
The possibility is there.
So far, right now, Jefferson is going to approach the ball, and he is going to kick it deep. It will be a bouncing kick, and now it's going to be a scramble, and I think the Cardinals are going to get it. One of the upbacks was able to get the football, and Alexandria will start outside its own 20-yard line, so kind of a bouncing kick down the field. And the Cardinals will start at their
23, it looks like.
Yep, I think 23-yard line. So I think Brody Berg may have been the upback that retrieved that football, and when he did touch it, his knee was on the turf, so the play gets blown dead there. Berg will be in the backfield along with quarterback Talon Witt. Two receivers on each side here for Alexandria. Cardinals do run a spread formation. Now Talon Witt gets a good snap from Brendan Behrens. He'll step up. Now he's going to fire deep and wide open as Mason Witt. He is going to go. This will end up being a 77-yard touchdown pass from Talon Witt to his cousin Mason Witt. And 15 seconds into the second half, Alexandria has established a 4-score lead. It is now 27-0. So that didn't take very long.
We've had touchdown drives of 5 seconds and 12 seconds.
So the Cardinals on one play get the home run, if you will, and now Ethan Carlson in to try the extra point. Blake Scholl will snap it back to Thomas Henricks. Ball placed down, and the kick is good. We're going to take a 30-second break almost immediately in the second half. One play from scrimmage, and the Alexandria Cardinals have extended the lead. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in North Star North District football. Alexandria leads at Sartell 28-0.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
On the first play of scrimmage from the second half, the Alexandria Cardinals go up top. Talon Witt, the senior quarterback, throws the 77-yard touchdown pass to his cousin Mason Witt, and Ethan Carlson adds the extra point. Now Carlson will put the ensuing kickoff in play. Again, if you're watching on our YouTube channel, Alexandria flowing right to left. This is the line drive kick. It'll be fielded at the 6-yard line. Jonah Ambrosier up the sideline, and he'll navigate out to about the 21-yard line.
Grady Starzel forcing him out of bounds.
So Sartell now down by 28 points here in the third quarter. And a lot of real estate in front of the Sabres offense, being led by quarterback Alex Bird. Looks like the line of scrimmage will be the 22-yard line. Sartell did have some success running the football in the first half, averaging 4 yards per carry, but no points. Here is Bird, and he'll hand off, and I think it's going to be Ambrosier with the first carry here, and got slowed up after a very short gain.
I think Evan Zabel.
Pickup of a yard there.
Zabel and teammates in on that tackle.
All right. Evan Zabel leading the way, as he is wont to do. Second down and 9 here for Sartell. The lone setback in a double wing formation. Bird will look to throw. He's going to air it out right side, and it's going to be incomplete. I think he was trying to connect with one of his receivers up the right sideline. That was Captain Peyton Allen, but it's going to be incomplete.
Carson Gesh in coverage, and a lot of pressure on the quarterback when he released that ball.
Yep, so a throw under a bit of duress there, and it's now third down and about 9 for Sartell. The Sabres went 2 for 5 on third down in the opening half of play. Alexandria leads 28-0. We are in the third quarter, very early in the third period due to an extended halftime here in Sartell. Now we've got a rollout by Bird looking upfield, still has the ball. He's going to air it out, and it's going to be incomplete. He was trying to connect along the far sideline there with Johnny Mannion, but it's going to be an incomplete pass. So Sartell goes 3 and out on offense, and the punting unit will be in.
Yeah, Brett Meyer with pressure on the quarterback that time, and I believe it was Connor Gesh in coverage.
So now back to punt for Sartell is Jackson Knott. Line of scrimmage is the 23-yard line. And now a near block there as Alexandria put on a rush. Mason Witt will get it at his own 47-yard line, works his way into Sartell territory, and will make his way down inside the 40-yard line. So again, a kick that went into a bit of a breeze. Ends up going about 30 yards there, but a nice return by Mason Witt. He has now returned a couple of punts tonight, and this return will be for about 15 yards. So Alexandria will start this series on the Sartell side of the field at the 37-yard line. Alexandria up by 4 scores here in period 3. Talon Witt navigating the offense here. Straight drop back. He'll flip it to the left side. Brody Berg makes the catch out of the backfield, has room to run, and he's inside the 25-yard line. Let's take a look for our YouTube audience as Qualley Real Estate brings you an instant replay. Just a quick opening play. Brody Berg had some nice downfield blocking, and that turns out to be a gain of about 17 on the reception by Berg.
Yeah, one of those blockers was his center, Brendan Behrens.
Yeah, so the Cardinals now at the edge of the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling. Now Berg carries the football, and he got through into the second level. Tim, I thought he was going to be stopped near the line of scrimmage, and then it's almost like he burrowed underneath and picked up additional yak yardage.
Yeah, I think he, Sartell kind of, stood up some of our linemen. He kind of ran up the back of some of his linemen and then snuck through there for a real nice gain.
So it's a pickup of 9, and the Alexandria Cardinals moving deeper into Sartell territory, now operating at the 11. Talon Witt's going to fire toward the end zone. 50-50 ball, and it's a touchdown! Oh my, what a reception over in the corner of the end zone. That may have been Thomas Hinrichs.
I believe so.
On the reception. Again, let's check out the replay for our YouTube audience as it's being brought to you by Quality Real Estate. Good work as the fade went to the right corner of the end zone and the reception made. And Thomas Hinrichs got it. That's an 11-yard touchdown pass, and Alexandria extends the lead. Now Ethan Carlson, who's 4 for 4 on the PATs, out to try to make it a 35-0 game, and he puts the kick through. 9:34 remains in the third quarter. We're going to take another 30-second break here. Updating the numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in varsity football. Alexandria leads at Sartell 35-0.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard, we build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
The Alexandria Cardinals have run 4 plays from scrimmage here in the third quarter, and 2 of them have resulted in touchdowns. Talon Witt with a 11-yard touchdown pass to Thomas Hinrichs. The ensuing kickoff is going to go out of bounds, and that will be a penalty on the Alexandria Cardinals. A 3-play series for Alexandria covering 37 yards. And Hinrichs on the 11-yard touchdown pass. It's his second TD reception of the night, first from his quarterback, Talon Witt.
I think they placed the ball at the 30-yard line on those.
A little further up the field. Looks like it's going to be spotted at the 35. So the Cardinals commit their 4th penalty, and they will not force a re-kick. Sartell will take the ball at the 35-yard line. And Sartell will stick to the run here as the ball carrier, I think Jonah Ambrosier, got stood up and just was not able to get much going there. I think that was a new ball carrier. I think Peyton Allen got a touch there. So loss of a yard, and it will be second down and 11 yards to go.
One of the tacklers was Connor Wang, but he was assisted by multiple teammates.
Second down, 11 to go for Sartell. The quarterback, Bird, is going to tuck the ball in after a fake. He'll navigate out past the 40 and then get wrapped up near the 41-yard line.
Grady Starzel with that tackle.
That will bring up a 3rd down and 5 yards to go. Actually, a little bit less than 5. Sartell needs to get up to the 45-yard line. The ball spotted at the 41 at the moment. Alexandria in front 35-0 in this North Star North District football game. We are in the third period. Tim Zuffer and yours truly, Dave McClurg, with the play-by-play. Great to have you joining us on this Friday night. Week number 3 of the high school football season. And now Coach Scott Henches is going to take a timeout and talk things over with his team before this third down play is run. That's going to stop the clock with 8:19 to go in the third quarter. So, Tim, in many ways, Alexandria coming in, I think the Cardinals were optimistic that they might be able to do some things that they had in the game plan. And I guess one of the byproducts is that Alexandria has had a lot of success putting the ball up in the air, and Talon Witt is finding his receivers.
Yeah, I think some of that's dictated by the way the Sabres are lining up defensively. You know, we have had a couple of chunk run plays, and I assume at this point, the next few possessions we'll continue to try to move the ball on the ground, but we'll still put the ball in the air when the situation determines that.
So 3rd down and 5 yards to go. The Sabres actually 3rd and less than 5. Football near the Sartell 41, and it's a quarterback keeper, and Bird is going to get the first down and plenty of yardage to spare. Tim, that almost looked like a sneak over right guard, and he had room to run.
Yeah, we must not have had anyone lined up right over the center that time, and good recognition by Bird there, the quarterback.
So it'll be a pickup of 19 yards, and Sartell has its first down of the second half. Alexandria in front by 5 touchdowns. We are approaching 4 minutes. Time elapsed here in the second half of play. Here's a pitch, and it's going to be Anders Larson getting the ball. Got twisted down after a short gain down inside the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Brett Meyer coming up out of the linebacking position to make a nice play there.
It'll be a gain of only about a yard, bringing up 2nd down and 9 yards to go. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, Sartell is wearing the dark jerseys, dark pants, white helmets with the Sartell High School logo on the side of the helmet. Sabres going left to right. Now again, I think the quarterback, Alex Bird, called his own number again, and they had some success on that, and it's going to be another healthy gain there.
I think Brody Hennessy was one to bring him down.
And that's going to be a pickup of 12 yards and a Sartell Sabres first down.
Yeah, they must see something in our alignment there that they, maybe our splits are a little too wide up front.
Yeah, Bird has had a couple of runs just basically over behind the right side of that offensive line, gaining 12 and 19 on this series. Now Ambrosier got a short gain here, bottled up inside the 27-yard line. There'll be a gain of a couple of yards there.
Aiden Button was the tackler on that play.
Unofficially now for Ambrosier, 17 totes of the football for 65 yards unofficially tonight.
Yeah, a couple of those times lined up. Our D tackles are kind of lined up wide, and we didn't have a middle linebacker. Looks like we got a middle linebacker in there now.
2nd down and 8 for the Sartell Sabres, trying to dent the scoreboard, and here goes Bird once again, but Alexandria slowed the quarterback down a little bit more. Bird's still going to get some yardage. He'll be maybe a yard, maybe 2 short of the first down.
Yeah, Aiden Button with that tackle, and our middle linebacker did flare out there, so I think the quarterback's just reading that and making that call with our wide splits by our D tackles.
3rd down and a couple. This obviously being 4-down territory for Sartell, trailing 35-0 here in the 3rd quarter. Now the quarterback, Bird, under center. He's going to hand off. Ambrosier busts 1 tackle, and he'll navigate. I believe he's got enough for a first down. That means the Sabres will operate in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling.
Brody Berg, the tackler on that play. I think that might be his first series playing defense.
Sartell has now converted a couple of times on 3rd down in this series. The Sabres still 16 yards away from the Alexandria end zone. Alexandria up 35-0 in Sartell. Now here's a pass attempt. Bird going for the end zone, and it will be a little bit too high. I think that was Peyton Allen as the intended receiver near the back of the end zone. The ball falls incomplete.
And it looks like we have, I'm trying to see who was in coverage there. Looks like it was Connor Anderson was one of the, and maybe Grady Starzl.
So 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Sartell has now run 9 plays on this series. The 10th of the series is about to come with exactly 5 minutes to go in the third. Here is a handoff. Ambrosier working his way behind the left side of the offensive line. Does a little stutter step and will pick up about 3.
Little jump cut there, and I think brought down by Morissette.
So 3rd down and 7 now for Sartell. This has been a good-looking drive for the Sabres. But so far, Alexandria has kept Sartell off the scoreboard. The Sabres need 13 more yards of real estate to get those first points of the night.
They got down there this deep once in the first half. Let's see if the Cardinals can come up big again.
It's likely 4-down territory. Alex Bird under center. He's going to sneak, and he's going to scamper up the middle, and he's into the end zone for a Sartell Sabres touchdown. So that will go as a 13-yard scoring run for the senior quarterback, one of the captains of the Sartell Sabres, Alex Bird. And it's now Alexandria 35, Sartell 6. Bird showing some good work with his legs on that series. 3 total runs, and now the extra point kick is on the way, and it is up and good. So the point after touchdown is put through, and Sartell has gotten on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. Hunter Jefferson able to bang through that extra point. So each team now has points in the third period. Alexandria still up by 4 scores. It's the Cardinals leading on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard by a count of 35-7. That ends up being a 65-yard scoring drive for Sartell. And 11 plays as well. So the Sabres have had a couple of series that have gone 10 plays or more tonight. Alex Bird scoring on a 13-yard run to cap off the drive.
Yeah, credit the Sabre coaching staff and the quarterback there. They just saw something with the wide splits of our defensive tackles and not having a linebacker right up there in the middle. Our linebackers were split out wide too, and that's the old adage: take what the defense gives you.
Yes, and Alex Berg and the Sabres offense was able to do that. I think the Sartell quarterback actually ran the ball, 5 times on that series. He had a 19-yard gain, a 12-yard gain. Then his scoring play was from 13 yards out. So it's now 35-7, Alexandria with the lead. Time remaining in the third period is 4 minutes and 12 seconds. DMAC and Code Z. Dave McClurg, Tim Zupfer bringing you the play-by-play. JP Boleen is our videographer tonight as you watch on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Jefferson will put a bouncing, this one is airborne. It's taken back at the 7-yard line, and a decent return out past the 25. That will be Mason Witt on the kickoff return. So the Cardinals will operate outside of their own 20-yard line here in the third quarter.
Looks like about the 25 they're starting on.
Yep, so the Cardinals, Mason Witt brings one back. I think he got 18 yards on that kickoff return. So the Cardinals with the offense back on the field. It looks like they'll spot it at the 26. So first down and 10 for Alexandria. Talon Witt, a couple of third quarter touchdown passes, and he'll look to throw again. He's going to air it out, and this one's a little bit too high. Thomas Hendricks?
No, I think that might have been Gunderson.
Brady Gunberg, yeah.
Gunberg.
Brady Gunberg, the intended receiver there. So that pass is incomplete. Second and 10 now. Clock stopped with 3:59 to go in the third period. Both these teams 1-1 coming in, both coming off shutout victories last week. Sartell by 22 over St. Cloud Tech. Alexandria by 7 over Monticello. Cardinals up here, and they've led most of the night. Now we've got a quick pitch right side, catch made. I think that's Mason Witt trying to navigate to the far outside. He'll advance the ball out past the 30. And it will be a third down for
No,
the
I
Cardinals.
believe it was Henricks.
Okay. Yep. So third down and 3 yards to go here for the Alexandria Cardinals. Alexandria's only had limited third down opportunities. 2 for 3 on third down tonight.
Getting the call from the sideline.
And the play clock winding down to 5 seconds on that play clock. Talon Witt awaits the snap from Brendan Behrens. He's got it, and he's got time to throw. He'll air it out deep over the middle. Mason Witt will haul it in! Down near the Sartell Sabres 30-yard line. That was Preston Peterson on the defensive coverage, but oh my, what a beautiful throw as Quality Real Estate brings you the instant replay on our YouTube channel. And a pretty pass there from Talon Witt to his cousin Mason Witt. And Alexandria operates at the 30-yard line.
That might be the best. Talon's thrown a lot of nice passes this season. That might have been the best.
So the Cardinals operating at Sartell's 30. Late in the third quarter, and now a running play here, and the ball carrier, Jackson Waltzing, is going to be dropped to the turf after a short gain, maybe a yard, possibly 2.
Yeah, just a little ankle tackle there, or he might have gotten a lot more.
So it is second down and 8 yards to go. As you're watching on our YouTube channel, the Cardinals going right to left in this third period. 35-7 in favor of Alexandria. Now Talon Witt looking to throw. He's going to air it out right side, and a catch near the first down sticks, and that's going to be made.
Sure-handed Thomas Henricks again.
Yep, and boy, he has a knack of knowing where the first down marker is, because I think he's had several receptions this year right at the first down marker.
Well, he's had at least 3 or 4 tonight.
And that's going to be a pickup of 8 yards on the pitch and catch from Talon Witt to Thomas Henricks. So now the Cardinals at the edge of the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. But we
must have had motion, I think.
Yeah, so we may get a walk-off here on Alexandria. Yep, false start on Alexandria. That's going to move the ball back 5 yards to the 25.
I think Sartell caught a break there because the play we had, I think, was going for a touchdown.
Okay, all right. Let's see if the Cardinals may attempt to pull that out again. 5 yards further back, so it's now 1st and 15. Again, the Cardinals on the Sabres side of the field at the 25-yard line. Alexandria leading by 28 in Sartell, late third quarter. Here is a handoff. Jackson Waltzing gets the call. Tried the right side, gets stood up, and eventually the whistles blow to stop play after a short gain.
Yeah, very short gain, probably 2 yards only.
Second down and 13 yards to go here for the Alexandria Cardinals. Cardinals seeking to go into homecoming week with a second consecutive victory. Talon Witt working out of the shotgun, trips to the left side, single receiver to the right. That's Thomas Henricks. You've got Brady Gunberg along with Grady Starzl, and I think Mason Witt is your receivers wide to the left.
Yep.
And Talon Witt is going to pitch to the left side, and the catch is made, and twisting is Mason Witt, and he'll navigate to about the 14-yard line. So the Cardinals pick up 9 yards there.
Yeah, he was a slot receiver there, and just caught the ball in a seam.
So third down and manageable here for Alexandria as we go into the final minute of the third quarter. Alexandria 35, Sartell 7 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. And Talon Witt now comes up under center. He still has about 15 seconds on the play clock, and he can see that over near the scoreboard on the north side of the field. Now here's a handoff. Brody Berg, make that Jackson Waltzing. Waltzing is going to scamper into the end zone. No waltz required there, as Jackson Waltzing will carry it in from 14 yards out, and Alexandria takes a 41-7 lead. So a scoring play with a 14-yard burst for Alexandria's Jackson Waltzing. And the Cardinals now have 6 touchdowns in tonight's game. So now we'll have a point after touchdown attempt for Ethan Carlson. Ball placed down, and the kick is up and good. So Alexandria, it's been interesting looking at the, if you were to use football's term quarter-by-quarter scores, 21-0-21 for Alexandria, 0-0-7 for Sartell. 34 seconds remain in the third period. That means the mercy rule will go into effect in the fourth quarter if Alexandria has the 35-point lead, and the Cardinals have that now at 42-7.
Yeah, the Cardinals score on their first 3 drives of the first half and also their first 3 offensive possessions of the second half.
So Alexandria goes 74 yards in what turns out to be 8 plays, and some explosive plays there, including a 37-yard pitch from Talon Witt to Mason Witt, getting the ball on the Alexandria side of the field, and then Jackson Waltzing able to run it in from 14 yards out. So Alexandria now leads 42-7. Only 1 punt for the Cardinals tonight out of 8 possessions total. Here's a kick that stays up in the air. It's going to be returnable for Jonah Ambrosier. He'll bring it back from his 10 out past the 30-yard line. Looks like forward progress will be out to the 31. So a decent return there, a little more than 20 for Jonah Ambrosier.
Grady Starzl and I think we had Isaiah Jackson in on that tackle.
So 1st and 10 now for the Sartell Sabres. Sartell possessing the ball at the 31-yard line. Quarterback Alex Bird under center here, and he's going to pitch back. Ambrosier tried to get to the wide side on the left, gets strung out, and now will lean forward, and he'll pick up about 5 yards there. So Sartell still dedicating to the run, and the Sabres have had some success running the football tonight. That may end up being the final play of the third quarter. I believe we will head to the fourth after Ambrosier picks up 4 yards. Through 3 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in North Star North District football. Alexandria leads at Sartell 42-7. Now these words on our late media platforms from our boosters of Cardinals sports programming.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
At the start of the fourth quarter, the Sartell Sabres will keep the ball on the ground as Jonah Ambrosier gets it, and he'll move forward for a gain of about 4, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 now for Sartell.
Aiden Schneiderhan in on the tackle along with another teammate or 2.
And Alexandria may look to substitute a little more freely here in this fourth period as Alexandria leads 42-7. We will probably be we will be taking a break on our late media platforms after this series comes to an end, as we do have running time. Here's Alex Bird surging forward, but Alexandria did a good job at stacking it up. I think Bird on second effort may have gotten enough for a first down.
Blake Scholl and Brody Bird, two of the tacklers.
It is a gain of 2 and a first down for Sartell.
And Cardinal defense making an adjustment here. Our two defensive tackles are right over the football. Or at least they were on the last couple plays.
Sartell has now converted its last 4 third down attempts tonight and is 6 for 11 in the game. Now here is Bird passing on the right side. It'll be incomplete. I think there was one receiver over on the far side. That may have been sophomore Caden Flynn. But there were also 2 or 3 defenders there. Again, with a 35-point margin, the clock will continue to roll unless a team declares a timeout or there's an injury on the field. Hopefully we do not have the latter, and I don't know if any team, either Alexandria or Sartell, is in any urgent need to use timeouts here. Cardinals up 42-7 in the fourth quarter. Here is a handoff, and it's going to be Ambrosier getting the carry, and he'll work his way for about 3 or 4 Alexandria Cardinal defenders, bring him down.
Yeah, one of those was Rhett Granning.
So that'll be forward progress will be given out to the 47. So that was a little bit better of a game than I thought for Ambrosier. 22 rushes unofficially, 86 yards now for Jonah Ambrosier tonight. Third down and 5 yards to go. Quarterback Alex Bird is going to fake the handoff. He'll look to throw. He's going to air it out, and it's going to be caught along the sideline, and that's going to be a first down in Alexandria Cardinal territory. And a reception there. That's Anders Larson on the receiving end there. And that's going to be a gain down to the Alexandria 37, so a pickup there of 16 yards.
Yeah, good throw that time by Bird. He had one of our defenders right in his face, and then ultimately Brett Meyer with the tackle of the receiver after the catch.
So now the Sabres will operate on the Alexandria Cardinals side of the field at the 37. Bird is looking to drop back. He got pressured, and the ball's going to fall to the turf, incomplete. The intended receiver was Jackson Knott for Knott was the intended receiver for Sartell.
Yeah, and it was Blake Scholl that had the hit on the quarterback right as he was releasing the ball.
Sartell was able to score a touchdown on its last series, so the Sabres are trying to put together back-to-back scoring drives, but again, we do have the mercy rule in effect with Alexandria leading by 35, so the clock continues to roll even with incomplete passes. Now here's Bird, and he pitches out. Ball up in the air, and I think Jackson Knott was able to come away with it, and he'll be tackled for a loss on the play.
And tackler was, I think, Connor Anderson again.
So now third down for Sartell on what will be the 9th play of this series. It started back at the 31-yard line on Sartell's side of the field. Now the Sabres possess at the Alexandria 38. It's the Cardinals 42, the Sartell Sabres 7. Dave McClurg reminding you that you are listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. Audio through the Voice of Alexandria app, powered by Mission Mechanical Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. And we thank Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor of our Alexandria Cardinal Sports play-by-play broadcasts.
Brody Hennessy with pressure on the quarterback, but he hit him a little too high, got a roughing the passer call.
So that's going to mean a first down by virtue of penalty here. 15-yard penalty, and that will be the first Sartell Sabres penalty, or first down for Sartell by Alexandria, defensive penalty, as the ball will now be at the 23-yard line. So the Sabres Looking
Fumble.
to surge forward, but we do have a ball that got put on the turf. Alexandria's recovered the football.
I think it was...
Would that be Connor Anderson who came away with it, or was he just...
It might be, but I think it was Adrian Miles that forced the fumble.
All right, so we are going to take a break. In fact, we're going to make this a 1-minute break on our Layton media platforms as we do have the change of possession. Midway through the fourth on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, Alexandria leads at Sartell 42-7.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
The Alexandria Cardinals are starting to sub down here with the game no longer in dispute. Alexandria leading 42-7. The Cardinals have some different people in the game. Different offensive line personnel.
Hayden Schneiderhan's at quarterback right now.
Yeah, I think he actually had the last carry for a loss of a yard. So 3rd down and 11 coming up here for the Alexandria Cardinals. And it's going to be a handoff here, and not much doing there for the Alexandria Cardinal ball carrier. And would that be
Ty Miller, I think.
So
unless it was 32.
Beneteaser?
It was Ty Miller, 42, yeah.
Okay, all right. So a gain of a yard there, and now 4th down.
Probably going to let the clock run down and call a timeout and punt, I would imagine.
Yep, again, Alexandria does have its full complement of timeouts. Sartell has 2 timeouts remaining, but again, the outcome of this game no longer in doubt with Alexandria up by 35, and the clock will stop here as Alexandria takes that timeout before the punt unit comes in. Alexandria will go to 2-1 heading into homecoming week at Alexandria Area High School. A lot of fun activities going on throughout the course of the week. Next Friday night, the homecoming dance preceded by the homecoming football game. That will be a 7 o'clock contest. A Prep Bowl 42 rematch at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria. The defending Class 5A state champion Elk River Elks will visit Alexandria to challenge the Cardinals. Should be a dynamite game. Hope you can be on hand at Viking Bank Field to watch it, but if not, we're going to have it for you on our Layton media platforms, KXRA Radio, and also on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Alexandria will be attempting its 2nd punt of the night here.
And we brought out our number 1 punt team.
Okay, so that means
basically our regular top offensive unit, but he's punting.
Yeah, Talon Witt's only punt of the night so far has gone 55, and he's actually going to run with the football here, and he's going to navigate out past the 40. So the Cardinals end up running a fake punt there, and it's going to be enough for a 1st down on a gain of about 15. And it was kind of a surprise there, but Alexandria will get the 1st down, so...
Not sure that's what the coaching staff wanted.
No, no. So there might be some discussion about that. You don't want to give the inference that you're trying to rub it in here. So now we've got handoff here and short gain for the ball carrier. I think that was Ty Miller once again.
Yep.
So a gain of a yard. 2nd down and 9 yards to go. So Alexandria will win its North Star North District opener. Interesting to note, the Cardinals ended up 2nd in the state in Class 5A a year ago. They didn't win the district. They were 2nd to the Moorhead Spuds, who are not back to defend the district championship. Moorhead now in Class 6A for football. They opened up the Metro West portion of their schedule tonight at Minnetonka. Here is a handoff, and I think it's Ty Miller again, only getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they got an ankle tackle on him there. If he could have got through that tackle, he had some running room.
So 3rd down and about 9 to go for Alexandria. Clock about to move under 2 minutes remaining in this one. Alexandria 42, Sartell 7 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Cardinals will have back-to-back victories, and Sartell will be denied a 2-game win streak. And now the Sabres go on the road for the next couple of weeks before Sartell has its homecoming against its rival across the river when Sauk Rapids Rice comes in on week 6. Here is a handoff, and again, I think it's going to be a short gain here on the ground.
Riker Johnson, I think, had that carry.
Yep. Good to see him tote the rock for Alexandria. Junior running back Riker Johnson with a pickup of a yard. So 4th down coming up. And the Cardinals looks like Sartell's going to take a timeout here, stopping the clock with 1:23 to go. So I guess the Sabres would like to preserve some time to give their offensive unit a little more of an opportunity to execute a few snaps here. Alexandria in front 42-7. We invite you to stick around because once our play-by-play wraps up, we'll move into the post-game report brought to you by Juttner Motors. Our friends at Juttner Motors sponsoring our post-game report. Juttner Motors is your best price dealer in Alexandria, featuring Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Lincoln, Jeep, and Ram as well. All through Juttner Motors, Alexandria.
I think Alexandria keeping the offense on. I think that they'll be content to turn it over on downs here if that's what happens.
Yeah, and got keeper by the quarterback, and it's going to be a pickup of about 3 yards there. And Alexandria will indeed turn the ball over on downs. And that was Levi Jackson in as the backup quarterback, getting about 3. But again, the Cardinals will turn it over, and Sartell will have it back on the Alexandria side of the field. And with the turnover on downs, the clock does get stopped.
But then once the ball is spotted, it's running now again.
So the line of scrimmage is the Alexandria 45-yard line. Sartell also bringing in some different people into the game here late. I believe the new quarterback for the Sabres is Caden Flynn.
Lane Lindstrom with that tackle.
Yeah, and I think the running back was Camden Lund for Sartell. And it's going to be no gain there. Down to the final half minute of this one. Flynn under center, and he's going to look to air it out. He's going to fire over the middle, and the catch is made. And this one's going to go for a touchdown. And that will be Flynn going up top to Johnny Mannion for a 40-yard pitch and catch. And Sartell gets a late score to make it a little more respectable. It's now 42-13 with 16 seconds to go. So the Sabres get the reserves into the game, and they produce some points here. And it is now 42-13, and Hunter Jefferson in to try the extra point. So the snap will be forthcoming, and Jefferson puts his foot on the ball, and the kick is up and good. So Jefferson makes both of his extra point tries tonight. Sartell gets the score late, and that makes the new numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Alexandria 42, Sartell 14. That's a two-play 45-yard series. The backup Caden Flynn firing a 40-yard touchdown pass to Johnny Mannion. And the extra point is good. So Alexandria's lead back to 28 points. So we got through the first 11 minutes and 44 seconds of the fourth quarter under the mercy rule, and now it's back to regulation time for the remaining 16 seconds. It'll be a 45-yard pass play for the Sartell touchdown. And now Jefferson will approach the football, and Alexandria likely will take one kneel down once the Cardinals get the offense back out onto the field. Here's a bouncing kick, and actually an airborne kick, I should say. And this one's going to be taken, and I think Jackson Waltzing able to work his way through, and he had a nice return. I'm sorry, that was Bennett Teaser on the return there. He brought it back about 29 yards there. So good kickoff return yardage there by the junior Bennett Teaser.
I don't know if they start the clock when they spot the ball here or if we have to have one more play.
Yeah, I think we have to have a snap because we're back to under the mercy rule. So I think we'll probably have the one snap back to Levi Jackson, maybe a handoff, and then that should do it. And now the ball is fumbled, and Levi Jackson will fall on it back at the 34-yard line, and that will drain the remaining time on the clock. And the Alexandria Cardinals have pocketed a victory in the North Star North District football opener at Sartell. Tonight's final on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard reads Alexandria 42, Sartell 14. That's going to do it for our play-by-play. We invite you to stay tuned. The Jutner Motors post-game report follows these words on our platforms from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports programming.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
For Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep, make it Jutner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Jutner Motors your best price dealer.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
A good night for the Alexandria Cardinal football team on the road as Alexandria prevails in the North Star North District opener 42-14 at Sartell. Alexandria was able to score on its first 3 possessions of the night to build the lead to 21-0, and the Cardinals played with a double-digit lead the rest of the way. Hi once again. We welcome you to our Jutner Motors postgame report as we come to you from Riverview Intermediate School Stadium in Sartell. Our videographer for our YouTube coverage is J.P. Boline, and along with Tim Zupfer, I am DMAC Dave McClure. And Tim, really a lot of good things to pull out of this performance tonight. Alexandria was able to strike Sartell, getting a lot of yardage through the air, mixing in some big plays, some imaginative plays as well. Cardinal defense and special teams able to come through. I know the special teams was involved in that block punt that set up a first quarter score, and I would think all told a nice way to start the district schedule, especially you want to win your games in the North Star North District because each one of these district wins is a section victory as well.
Yeah, exactly, and I think probably a point of emphasis in practice this week was on the offensive side of the ball to not only move the ball but to finish drives, and I think the coaching staff's going to be pretty pleased with the team coming out and scoring 3 touchdowns their first 3 series of the first half and 3 touchdowns their first 3 series of the second half.
That's right. Let's go through a scoring recap here, and we will go through some statistical numbers during the second and final segment of our Jutner Motors postgame report. Again, Alexandria started on defense, forcing Sartell into a 3-and-out. The Cardinals then took over near midfield, and 8 plays later, the Cardinals got into the end zone. Brody Berg with a 9-yard touchdown run. The extra point kick was good, and Alexandria led 7-0. Then on the second series, Sartell went 3-and-out again. The Cardinals blocked a punt, and it was recovered inside the Sabres' 10-yard line. At the 6, it took Alexandria 1 play to score. Brody Berg again on a touchdown run. Ethan Carlson added the extra point, and not yet 6 minutes into the game, Alexandria had a 14-0 lead. Sartell then was able to get a couple of first downs to possess the ball, but then had to give the ball up on a punt. And then on the third series, it took just 3 plays for the Cardinals to get more points. This time, Talon Witt pitched back to his cousin Mason Witt, and then Witt fired a ball downfield that Thomas Hendricks was able to catch in stride. The halfback pass, if you will, would cover 48 yards, and that would result in Alexandria's third score. So keep in mind, at that juncture of the game, Alexandria had run 12 plays from scrimmage, and 3 of them were touchdown plays. 48 yards on the scoring pass from Mason Witt to Thomas Hendricks. Carlson's extra point made it 21-0, and that was the score at the quarter. The teams played to a scoreless second period, although Sartell turned the ball over on downs. A very impressive drive in the second period resulted in the Cardinals making a stand near their own goal line. They did that frequently against Monticello last week and were able to turn over Sartell on downs at the 5-yard line after the Sabres were able to accumulate more than 70 yards of offense and 4 first downs on the series. But quarterback Alex Bird, who had some success running the football in this game. He would end up getting stopped on a 4th and 3. He got about 2.5 yards and was stopped a half a yard shy. Then Alexandria was able to put together, a first down, but then had to punt the ball away. And then we had a fumble where Aiden Schneiderhan was able to recover to stop a Sartell series. The Cardinals got it back at their own 26, had a couple of chunk plays, but ultimately that series would end with a turnover for Alexandria. Talon Witt's pass into the end zone got intercepted by Nathan Tangen, and the first half ended with a score of 21-0 for the Alexandria Cardinals. Alexandria then scored on its first 3 series of the second half. The teams actually had, I believe, 4 series for Sartell and 5 series for Alexandria, but the last quote-unquote series, if you will, was just one running play to kill the clock at the end of the game. But the Cardinals scored on their first 3 series. First play from scrimmage in the third quarter. Talon Witt goes up top to his cousin Mason Witt. 77-yard scoring play. Carlson's extra point gave Alexandria a 28-0 lead just 15 seconds into the third quarter. Sartell then went 3 and out on its first series of the period. Alexandria went back to work. A good return by the Cardinals I believe it was Mason Witt bringing the ball back 19 yards into Sartell territory. And then ultimately 3 plays, 37 yards for Alexandria's 5th scoring drive of the night. Talon Witt connecting with Thomas Hinrichs on an 11-yard pass. Nice fade into the right corner of the end zone. The extra point kick was good, and Alexandria led 35-0. Sartell then had another sustained march, but this one resulted in points as Alex Bird was able to score on a 13-yard run. Alexandria was not plugging up the middle of the field, and 3 times on that series, Bird was able to get some handsome runs, and I believe the first 2 runs of 10 yards or more meant first downs for Sartell, and then Bird capped off the series with a 13-yard scoring run, and the extra point kick by Hunter Jefferson was good. It was 35-7 at that point. The Cardinals then put together a sustained march. Jackson Waltzing capping off that series with a 14-yard touchdown run. The extra point kick was good. At the end of 3, Alexandria led 42-7. We played most of the fourth quarter under running time with the mercy rule, but then Sartell stopped that with 16 seconds to go after getting the ball back, a backup touchdown. Caden Flynn connecting on a 45-yard scoring pass to Johnny Mannion, and then the extra point kick by Hunter Jefferson was good. That made the final Alexandria 42, Sartell 14. The Sabres now 1-2 after the loss. Alexandria has strung together back-to-back victories after the 2-point loss to Chaney to start the year, and Alexandria now 1-0 in the North Star North, 2-1 overall. This is the Postgame Report presented to you by Jutner Motors in Alexandria. We'll take a break, and then we'll go inside the numbers. We'll make our selection of the players of the game for tonight's contest and much more after this timeout.
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CIRAC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
We return one final time to Riverview Intermediate School Stadium in Sartell with more of our Jutner Motors postgame report. Alexandria prevails by a final score of 42-14, and the Cardinals start their North Star North District schedule with the W, and now are at 2-1 overall, going into the homecoming game against the Elk River Elks 1 week from tonight. Before I go through the offensive numbers, I'm going to bring my broadcast partner Tim Zupfer back in, kind of balance out the conversation here. Tim, I'll let you share some defensive stats, time of possession numbers, and then I'll kind of delve into the offensive numbers.
Okay, I've got Connor Wang leading the team with 8 tackles. There was many plays where runs up the middle where there were 3-4 tacklers on the play. Sometimes I got one of them, sometimes I got 2. So definitely some people's names probably happen more than what I'm going to read. But I'm just going to go right down the list. After Connor Wang, Jack Morissette was 6. Adrian Miles 3, Evan Zabel 5, Blake Scholl 3, Spencer Kleindl 3, Aiden Schneiderhan 5, Brody Berg 2, Brett Meyer 4, 1 for Mason Witt, 5 for Connor Anderson, 6 for Grady Starzel, 2 for Carson Getch, 4 for Aiden Button, 2 for Rhett Granning, 2 for Jackson Waltzing, 3 for Brody Hennessy. And then as far as time of possession goes, it evened out a little bit more in the second half, although the Cardinals had some quick strikes there with one touchdown drive only covering 12 seconds and another one only a minute 12. So just under 10 minutes time of possession in the second half for the Cards and about 13 and a half minutes for Sartell. Game-wise, Cardinals just under 18 minutes time of possession, and Sartell a little over 29 minutes time of possession.
Very good. So those are some of the numbers on the defensive side and possessing the football. Offensive numbers, plays run from scrimmage tonight. Sartell at the edge by 9. 54 plays from scrimmage, 45 for Alexandria. Total yardage, though, favored the visiting Alexandria Cardinals. Unofficially for Alexandria, 333 yards, Sartell 284. First downs in tonight's game, fairly close. 16 for Alexandria, 15 for Sartell. The Sabres got most of their first downs on the ground, 11 of the 15, 3 through the air and 1 by defensive penalty. Alexandria got most of its first downs through the air tonight, 13 passing and 3 on the ground. Still, the Cardinals ran for more than 100 yards tonight. The breakdown, 111 rushing, 222 through the air. 23 rushing plays and it turned out to be 22 passing plays. So a pretty good split there, and I think that's something that Coach Empting was hoping would be the case. Show a good balance of run and pass. Sometimes tonight, though, the passing was successful on the early downs that it set up the run as the game would go along. Sartell much more run-oriented tonight. Scott Hench's Sabres ran the ball for almost 200 yards on the night, 43 carries overall, and 11 pass plays. The breakdown for yardage for Sartell, 190 on the ground, 94 through the air, so the total was 284. Turnovers in the game, Sartell lost the ball twice with lost fumbles, plus a punt got blocked. So a change of possession there because of the blocked punt. Alexandria lost the ball once, and that was an interception right before the end of the first half. If there's a silver lining for the Sabres, they played penalty-free football tonight. Alexandria had a total of 6 penalties, 5 which were accepted by Sartell for a loss of 40 yards in tonight's game. Breaking down the individual numbers for the Alexandria Cardinals, 23 rushes for 111 yards. The leading gainer in terms of yardage tonight was actually backup running back Jackson Waltzing. He did have a burst of 36 yards back in the first half, and he would end up with 60 yards rushing and 5 carries, and that included a 14-yard touchdown run. Brody Berg found the end zone twice for Alexandria. He would end up running the ball for a total of 33 yards in 6 carries, so 2 of his 6 rushes resulted in scores. Then some touches for Talon Witt, 4 carries for 15 yards. Backup quarterback Levi Jackson, 4 rushes for no yards. 1 carry for Riker Johnson in tonight's game. Sorry about that, Riker. Riker Johnson, 1 rush for 1 yard. And Ty Miller was able to get a few carries late for a couple of yards in tonight's game. Starting quarterback Talon Witt, 16 of 21 for $174. He did throw an interception, but he countered that with 2 touchdowns. One to Mason Witt, covering 77 yards, and the other touchdown pass to Thomas Hendricks, covering 11 yards tonight. Mason Witt's only pass attempt was a completion for 48 yards and a score to Thomas Hendricks. On the receiving end, Miles Gray caught 1 pass for 14 yards, 1 catch for Brody Berg for 17 yards. Thomas Hendricks unofficially 99 receiving yards on 7 catches and 2 scores. Mason Witt, 8 receptions for 102 yards. He had a touchdown reception and a touchdown pass in tonight's game. Talon Witt attempted 1 punt. It ended up covering 55 yards in tonight's game. And as we pointed out, 1 turnover for Alexandria. 3rd and 4th down efficiency. The Cardinals were 3 of 6 on 3rd down, 1 for 2 on 4th down. Sartell in tonight's game, 190 yards rushing. The bulk of the yardage came from quarterback Alex Bird and running back Jonah Ambrosier. Ambrosier ended up averaging nearly 4 yards per carry. I had him unofficially for 86 rushing yards and 22 carries. Quarterback Alex Bird, 12 rushes for 82 yards, and that included a 13-yard touchdown run. And then also getting some carries tonight, one of the backs for the Sabres, that being Anders Larson. He ran the ball 7 times for 24 yards. Bird through the air attempted 10 passes. He completed 2 for 49 yards. Both of those receptions by Larson for 49 yards. And then backup quarterback Hayden Flynn, a 45-yard touchdown pass to receiver Johnny Mannion on the Sabres' last offensive play of tonight's game. Sartell punter Jackson Nutt averaged 28 yards on his 3 punts tonight with a long of 30. 3rd down efficiency, Sartell actually pretty good. The Sabres, I believe, had 5 straight 3rd down conversions in the second half. So Sartell for the game was 7 of 12 on 3rd down tonight. 4th down, the Sabres were 0 for 1, and that was back when Alexandria was able to stop Sartell inside the 10-yard line back in the second quarter when the Cardinals were holding a 21-0 lead. So those are some of the numbers in tonight's game. Now let's move on during our post-game report to our selection of the quality Toyota Cardinal athlete players of tonight's game. Again, our feature being brought to you by Quality Toyota of Fergus Falls. How far would you drive for a great deal from Quality Toyota? What's your number? See the selection online anytime at qualitytoyota.net, or if you're in the community of Fergus Falls, stop by their showroom during regular hours located along West Lincoln Avenue. And Tim Zupfer and I, influential on the decision-making and consultation with the Alexandria Cardinal assistant coaches. And Tim, let's start first of all with the offensive player of the game, and I think a very worthy choice, the senior who ended up doing a lot of things tonight, that being Mason Witt.
Yeah, he was responsible for 2 very long pass plays, one on the receiving end and one on the throwing end. He kind of had a halfback pass to Thomas Hendricks for a big gain, and then he himself caught one from his cousin Talon Witt early in the third quarter, also a long big pass play for a touchdown.
Yeah, fun to see Mason Witt spotted in some different formations here. You pointed out very early on in the game, he was lining up in the backfield, that it was not exclusively Brody Berg and not exclusively Jackson Waltzing, but, I think that's something future coaches like Steve Hamilton from Elk River or Philip Klopacki from Sauk Rapids Rice, Alexandria is doing something different here that we didn't see in the first 2 games.
Well, you've got to introduce some different things. So, not only did he line up in the backfield, he might have had one kind of pitch for a carry, but he was pretty much a receiver for the Cards out of the backfield. And then on that one pitch play, he actually got to throw the ball on the halfback pass.
So receiver Mason Witt is our selection as the Quality Toyota Cardinal offensive player of the game. On the defensive side of the ball, we will also select another member of the Alexandria area high school class of 2026. That is senior lineman Jack Morissette. And I think you shared in the stats a little while ago, Jack, very active. I think, got a very good number of tackles tonight, but again, kind of wreaked havoc in terms of forcing a turnover.
Yeah, he was one of the tackle leaders. I had him unofficially for 6. He probably assisted more tackles than that, and I believe he was the one that forced the first fumble early in the game where the Cardinals got the ball deep in the red zone there and scored on the next play.
So congratulations to Alexandria defensive lineman Jack Morissette for being our Quality Toyota Cardinal defensive player of tonight's game. Again, our thanks to Quality Toyota of Fergus Falls for sponsoring the Cardinal players of the game. Our next broadcast of Alexandria Cardinal Sports Play-by-Play will be Tuesday night. We'll have boys soccer on the air, St. Cloud Apollo at Alexandria, Key Central Lakes Conference match, as Alexandria is now leading the CLC as the second half of the regular season schedule will begin. Apollo has just one blemish in the conference. That was against Wilmer earlier this week. It'll be a dynamite matchup at the Alexandria Area High School Stadium, and we'll take care with the broadcast around 6:30 with the Jottner Motors pregame show on Tuesday night. Alexandria has reached the midpoint of the boys soccer season at 5-0-3, and again, that's 5-0-1 in the Central Lakes Conference to lead the CLC standings. I know we'll have another broadcast on Thursday. That will be Alexandria girls swimming and diving with the Cardinals hosting St. Cloud Tech in the Alexandria homecoming swim duel at the Discovery Middle School pool starting at 6 p.m. Jottner Motors pre-match that night at 5:30. Tim, you and I will get together a couple of times on Friday. The final time will be on the air. I think we'll have the in-person appearance as part of the Alexandria Area High School homecoming parade on Friday afternoon. But it will be fun to have Elk River coming into our house on Friday. Again, the Elks, defending state champions. Alexandria, Prep Bowl 42 runners-up in Class 5A. And Time to renew the rivalry against our friends from the Northwest Metro next Friday night.
Yeah, I think there will be some pads popping in that game.
We look forward to bringing that to you next Friday evening. Again, 6:30 for the Junkner Motors pregame show. Play-by-play to follow at 7. Tim, enjoy your weekend. Any thoughts on Gophers and Cal out west tomorrow?
Well, if anybody can stay up that late to watch the game, I think it might be a good one. I'm definitely pulling for those Golden Gophers.
What is it, an 11 o'clock kickoff or a little bit sooner than that?
I think it might be 10:30.
Okay, so for all those fans from the Atlantic Coast Conference, they're going to have to watch at 11:30 local time tomorrow night. Remember, Cal and Stanford are now part of the Atlantic Coast Conference. Why, we don't know. Anyway, we hope you have a great weekend ahead. And again, more Alexandria Cardinal Sports play-by-play coming up next week. My thanks to all of the boosters of our Cardinal Sports programming for bringing you our coverage tonight from Riverview Intermediate Stadium in Sartell. Special thanks to J.P. Bolin as our videographer and to Jackson at the KXRA radio studio in downtown Alexandria. For Tim Zupfer, Dave McClurg once again repeating the final score in North Star North District football in Sartell. The Cardinals defeat the host Sartell Sabres 42-14. So long from Sartell, Minnesota.